Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about
Good evening or afternoon. Good evening and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in great spirits. We got some breaking news, or, it's been breaking for a little bit. Shout out to everybody, my fam, for sharing the love and putting this information out here. I've been getting added emails, etc., about all of this stuff. So I do appreciate you guys coming through and letting me know what's going on. I got home as fast as I could because I'm taking care of things. You know what I mean? Doing a lot of family stuff, taking care of a lot of business. All right. But I heard about this and I was like, okay, we have got to talk about this because, again, another crazy situation has gone down. But now we have some more information. But there's been a little bit of conflicting information flying out here in these streets. We got to talk about these things. We got to find out what the hell is really going on here. Is it what they're saying actually happened or something else really went down? Okay, some crazy stuff, guys. All right. Somebody pulled the pew pew. Okay, in the general vicinity of former President Donald J. Trump on his golf course, or in this golf course that he was on, which makes no bloody sense whatsoever. Because who's running around with the heater on a golf course, especially a golf course where you got the former president of the United States on? Just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. And I'm just going to say this too, really quick. Code word city, code word city, code word city. We're going to be hopping into a lot of code words, okay? Just so that you guys are savvy, all right? Because this is still developing. We still got a lot of questions that have not been answered yet, all right? So please do me a favor. Oh, and also, apparently police are supposed to be doing some sort of update or something here. So this is going to be, like I said, very interesting. Do me a favor before we get into everything. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it needs to do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. That'd be greatly appreciated. Hit that ticky-tock, okay? That'd be greatly appreciated. If you're watching on other platforms, make sure you hit that reaction button. Of course, if you are watching on those other platforms as well, crush that follow button on Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Show love. Go to those platforms. Follow, okay? I'm going to try to give you guys as much breaking news as much as I can, as best I can, okay? Of course, if you are watching on my main channel here on YouTube, The Pascal Show, please crush that subscribe button here on my YouTube channel. Go to my secondary channel too, because there's going to be a lot of updates and stuff like that in shorter formats over there on my secondary channel. The secondary channel is called The Pascal Show Clips. So please crush that subscribe button over there. Hit that join button down below if you're watching here on the main channel. Of course, become a member, okay? Also, check out Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show. And also, please do me the solid, okay? And check out PascalMerch.com. We got really, really great stuff, okay? All right. We got to get into this. We got some stuff we got to get into, and it's a very interesting Sunday. Okay, it does not feel like Sunday morning. It just doesn't. No Lionel Richie today, because another situation has happened. Okay, near the former president of the United States. Okay, Donald J. Trump, as we all know. All right. Apparently, there were. I'm trying to pull up this photo. I thought I had it up, but I did not. All right. But apparently, this man has had to the United States. Day. Okay. Donald J. Trump.
Man, he's had quite the couple
we
weeks.
all know.
Month and a half,
right.
maybe.
Apparently,
something like that.
There were.
Okay.
I'm trying to pull up this photo.
You know,
River,
you ain't wrong, River Bradford.
All
right.
information has been different.
This
Sources
man
have been saying different things. Some people are saying one thing. Some people are saying another
Donald
thing. We're going to talk about that as we all know. Just a second.
Month and a half.
And I fixed the audio. Sorry about the audio, guys. But moving on. He's had quite the last couple months. Okay. He really has. It's been wild for him. Okay. We knew in July, okay, July 13th, there was a crazy attempt on his life where, by the grace of all things that are good, okay, uh, he dodged a bullet, right? There's been a lot of interesting things that have been going around. But then all of a sudden, he's playing golf, and suddenly someone is pulling the trigger in his general vicinity, okay, on a golf course. So the man can't even go out to the golf course and just do his thug thizzle. But my question is this some disgruntled Swifty just asking for a friend? I'm just curious. Is this one of these diehard Swifties that are just angry because he's been going after Taylor Swift because of her endorsement of Harris and Walls, right? How she says she's going to be voting for them. And yes, okay, doesn't matter what side you sit on. The reaction has been palpable with Taylor Swift coming out and saying those things. It's been pretty crazy, wouldn't you say? I think we can all agree on that, okay? Regardless of what side you're on, it's been insane, all right? But nonetheless, I'm wondering, is this a Swifty? Is this an angry migrant, okay? Is it one of these, is it a Haitian or a Venezuelan sitting there saying, you better keep my name out your, you know what I mean? I'm just curious. It's been crazy what's been going on here. But in all seriousness, this kind of madness needs to stop. In all seriousness, this is crazy. Regardless if he was targeted, or if he just happens to be in the vicinity of someone losing their marbles, grabbing a firearm, and doing this unthinkable thing. Like I said, it doesn't make any sense, okay? Regardless of what side of the fence you stand on, what side of the political aisle that you are on, we need to be better as people. And if this is targeted in that kind of way, obviously, we need to wake up, okay? We really, really do, all right? It's not right, period. Regardless if you agree with him, disagree with him, whatever. I don't care what you sit on politically, okay? No matter what, this is something that needs to stop. The divisiveness, the rhetoric, so on and so forth, is gotten so out of hand. And I thought we learned things, or at least started to learn from our mistakes after July 13th, but not so much anymore. Haven't you noticed? Nothing's changed, which is really crappy if you really think about it. Nothing's changed. It's been the same. The divisiveness still turned back on. In fact, it feels like it's they turned the knob up to 11, and they turned it up to 11 and ripped the daggone knob off. In my personal opinion, it's just become even more divisive. Okay, I think there needs to be a better approach on how we look at politics. Okay, but that's just me. All right, I'm just one person. I'm just a man talking to a person, trying to get them to love him again. But this is some interesting stuff. All right. We got some interesting information saying that he's been taken in. He is safe. Okay. And Secret Service, wow, they actually did their job today. Holy crap. Secret Service. But here's the thing. There weren't any slopey roofs this time. So there's that. There were no slopey roofs. So they were able to do their thing. They were on even ground because apparently a person, okay, hear me out. See what I mean by they're saying, I've heard so many different stories, okay, so many different angles, okay. They've been saying that they say here, Trump taken to safety after Secret Service opens fire on man with possible pew-pew at his Palm Beach golf club. So again, and I don't hate T Swizzle. I ain't got no problem with T Swizzle. Let her do her music, okay? You know what I'm saying? And whoever said that needs to shake it off. They need to shake it off, okay? But moving on, They say here that they opened fire on a man who had a pew-pew. I've heard other conflicting information out here too. Like I said, we're waiting for police to come out and tell us exactly what went down here, right? But let's take a look at this article. Again, they say conflicting things. So Donald Trump was taken to safety by the Secret Service after agents opened fire on a man who was spotted with what may have been a pew-pew while the former president was on the links, okay, according to law enforcement sources. Sources said the Secret Service spotted a suspicious individual on the Trump International Golf Course, West Palm Beach, and opened fire when agents saw what happened to be the barrel of a pew-pew. It is not clear whether the man was on the course or near it. An agent opened fire, pulling the trigger multiple times. I've heard other things, but we're going to continue on though. Okay. Now they say President Trump is safe following this situation. Okay. No further details at this time. This is a spokesperson that spoke this afternoon. The man who was later arrested, arrested by local PD on I-95. It comes almost exactly 2 months after TMC, Thomas Matthew Crooks, the one who tried to take Trump's life on July 13th, okay, at this rally, okay, wounding him in the ear. All right, Senator Graham took to X minutes after the news of this situation, all right, and of course spoke about Trump. Just spoke with President Trump. He is one of the strongest people I've ever known. He's in good spirits, and he is more resolved than ever to save our country. Now, I got a lot of questions about this whole thing, okay? Because what we're understanding here is that there was an attempt, allegedly another situation that could have possibly been an attempt on Trump's life. Now, some people are going to look at this and go, could this be a staged situation? Could this be a whole bunch of BS because maybe he's trying to get back in the good graces of the general public because of some people feel that the debate that he had with Harris was not very good. Some people feel like Harris won that particular debate. I know some others feel different. I'm just talking about one side of the world saying this, okay? We're also talking about Taylor Swift coming out and saying, hey, I'm endorsing him. And then that made him feel some type of way. Okay. Which, not surprised it would make him feel some type of way. In fact, it made a lot of people feel some type of way to the point that now they're showing videos of fans, Taylor Swift fans, burning all of her albums, her swag, t-shirts, etc., posters, what have you, right? So people are very upset about that, right? But he also has gone further to say things like, calling her out, saying negative things about her, so on and so forth. So in a way, I feel like, some people could look at this and go, is this an attempt to get back into the good graces, to get the sympathy vote in a way? He's willing to dodge many bullets to save our country. You know what I mean? And I'm proud to be an American. You know what I'm saying? He's willing to dodge all these bullets. Dag nabbit, he's amazing. Again, I'm voting for him. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to say this really quick. Just to err on this, just to talk about this side, this theory. If that theory is true, I would hope that the men and women that decide to vote for whoever they end up voting for, the voters of this country, are smarter than that. Okay? I'm hoping we're smarter than that, right? Now, clearly, that is a conspiracy theory that's going to be floating out here. Shoot, they even said the thing on July 13th. They talked about that whole situation. People were throwing out here, oh, it was BS. It's a conspiracy just to get the sympathy vote and all that stuff. Man, I don't believe that, y'all. That actually happened. That's what I truly believe. You have a person who lost their life. You have one person that actually lost their life, okay, at this rally. You have other people that were injured severely, okay? And then, of course, you got the assailant, the monster TMC, gone, right? So what other proof do you need? But then you got this situation here, which could very well be 110% true, but it may not be an attempt on Trump's life. Let's just be completely real. I heard other accounts that there was an altercation between two men that had nothing to do with Secret Service, but there was an altercation between two men. And then, of course, there was an exchange of fire. Okay, that's what they're saying as well, right? So again, the question still remains: what is true and what is not? And what I mean by that, okay, because we're gonna hear a video here too, because they say a lot in this video as well. And I'm curious, like I said, I'm very, very curious what is actually the accurate truth. Let's take a listen to Fox, okay, Fox Now, all right, and hear what they got to say about all this too.
News that we want to get to right now, and that is this. I'm going to share with you some tweets right here as we're learning that multiple shots were fired at Trump National Golf Course. The Trump Vance campaign saying that, quote, President Trump is safe following gunshots in his vicinity. No further details at this time. That's from Stephen Chung, who is the Trump campaign communications manager, learning a little bit more information from a reporter at Politico as she was sharing that this happened at the Trump National Golf Club in West Palm Beach, where Trump is golfing today. So we're working to gather additional information, but I did want to share that breaking news with you at 2:41 Eastern, 11.
Hold on real quick. I want to make this abundantly clear because, I want to make this abundantly clear. This is information that broke right. This is the information that they broke out right when this story broke. Okay. So I just want to make that abundantly clear before we get into this piece, because the things that she's about to say, you're like, so then what is it, baby? What is it? Was somebody up there with a pew pew and they pulled the trigger on and tried to take out Trump again? Or was it an altercation? Or was it anywhere near Trump? Was it just on the same golf course? Was it just the fact that they were in the same city? Like on the same block? What actually happened here? You're going to hear it in a second. You're going to be like, what? What's going on here? And then we got more details too, by the way. So I'm going to share that with you guys as soon as we get done listening to this as well. Please, guys, do me a favor. All right. Do me the solid. Hit that like button down below, please. And thank you. All right. Crush it, crush it, crush it. I know it's Sunday. We got things to do today, but at the same time, some craziness is going on. So I'm here, in the middle of my crazy action-packed day to give you guys some information. All right. So please show me some love. Hit that like button down below. It helps the show grow, helps the word get out here about this situation. Of course, do not forget to hit that reaction button. If you're watching on other platforms, hit that follow button, subscribe. And I really need you guys to do me this solid. Please subscribe to my second channel, The Pascal Show Clips, because there's going to be a lot of updates, a lot of pop-up videos that are going to be up there, okay, in shorter form. All right. This channel is mainly going to be a lot of live and breaking stories, live breaking stories. Okay. And then the second channel will be shorter, more produced videos. Okay. Longer formatted, produced videos will be on this channel here too. Just so you guys know, because I got some things coming up for y'all here very, very soon. Your boy's working. All right. So please show some love. That'll be greatly appreciated. Hear the rest of this. This is very interesting.
41 Pacific, as the Trump campaign has sent a statement saying that President Trump is safe following gunshots in his vicinity. No further details at this time.
Pew pews in his vicinity, they said. Let's continue.
According to a Political reporter, former President Trump was golfing at the Trump National Golf Club in West Palm Beach. No further details available at this hour, including who was firing the gunshots, whether that person was apprehended. We do know that former President Trump is safe following gunshots in his vicinity. And it's also unclear as to whether former President Trump was the target or whether gunshots were fired near him. However, I did want to share that breaking news with you as we continue to gather.
You heard that, right? Don't know if it's near him. Don't know if it's by him. Don't know if it was at him. But they say that, see what I'm saying? So the reports are very, very weird. Okay. But let's continue on. All right.
Other additional information, the Trump campaign communications director saying no further details at this time. However, sharing that President Trump is safe following gunshots in his vicinity.
Okay. In his vicinity. Now, vicinity could mean a lot of different things, right? Then also on top of that, right? They say in the report that we read just a second ago, which I'm going to share with you guys here. Okay. Yes, I just said that. Guy's been arrested on I-95. I already said that, but thank you so much, S-Dubs. I appreciate the heads up. But yes, we just read that. Guy's been detained. He's been arrested on I-95. The man has been arrested for sure. But that's interesting too, right? They opened fire on this man. Did they hit him? Or did he get clipped and then he ran into his car? Was he injured at all? Like, that's the thing I'm confused about. And when they say, like I said, Fox News is saying, well, this is when this was breaking. So obviously information is still developing. But at that time, they were sitting there saying, yeah, we don't know if it was near him, by him, in his vicinity, so on and so forth. And that's the thing. What is actually the truth here? What actually is the facts, right? So we got some more information though, okay, which I want to share with you guys here too. But I do want to share with you guys first that they put up here, okay? Remember they said open fire on a man with possible pew-pew, with a possible pew-pew. Now we got a new update, okay, that just broke. So Trump rushed to safety as Secret Service opens fire on man with an AK-47, dude. And now they're saying near golf course. So I'm wondering, when they say near, was he on it? Was he in the golf course? Was he chilling? Was he pulling up to the golf course and they just saw the pew-pew in his ride and then they reacted? Was this an overreaction? What actually happened here, right? What's the facts, right? But let's take a look at this. Again, very interesting information continuing to develop. So we already know he was rushed to safety by Secret Service after agents spotted a man with an AK near his golf course and agents opened fire. So the former president was on the links at Trump International Golf Course, okay, West Palm Beach at the time at about 2 p.m. on Sunday. So it wasn't very long ago, right? So the gunman was spotted by an advanced team several holes ahead of Trump, the sources told the Post. It is not clear whether the man was on the course or near it. An agent opened fire multiple times. Okay, pulling the trigger multiple times. All right. President Trump is now safe following this situation, this exchange of pew-pews in his vicinity. No further details at the time. Okay, and this, of course, was a spokesperson on behalf of Trump speaking out. Then again, let me just repeat this one more time because I did say it earlier, but I want to make it very, very clear. The man, the assailant, the person that had this AK that allegedly Secret Service pulled out their pew-pew and took aim at this guy and fired their pew-pew several times. He was later arrested by local PD on I-95. I repeat, The man was later arrested by local PD on I-95. It comes almost, we already know about this, okay? About what all this happened. But see, it's the same article, mind you. All right. This is the same article. They just added new stuff. Okay. With all due respect, it's the same article. They just changed the title of the article and gave more detail as far as it's an AK. They say that this was a few holes ahead of Trump. Let me just make sure that's abundantly clear here too. Okay. He was on the links. Okay. On his own golf course in West Palm Beach. Okay. The assailant was spotted by an advanced team several holes ahead of Trump, the sources told the Post. Now, the question is, was this guy going in there to do some damage? And was Trump the target? Or was this something completely different? Again, hopefully we get some answers here very, very soon, but we are continuing to look to see what they got. All right. Let me pull this up here. Got there's another live that's going on because like I said, the information that's been flowing out here has been a little janky, for lack of a better term. So I am very curious about all this too. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to cue this thing up just a little bit. But isn't it crazy nonetheless? Okay. You got a situation where the man is just minding his own doggone business. All right. He's chilling. He's enjoying his day. He's, probably getting a quick 9 holes, maybe 18 holes. He ain't got nothing to do except, promote his campaign, right? Promote his election. And then all of a sudden, it's been what, 2 months now since the last attempt? It's been a little over 2 months. And then all of a sudden, another situation happens like this. And again, I keep wondering, is this another Swifty? Is this another TCM or TMC? Is this another Thomas Matthew Crooks situation going on here? What actually is going on here? This is crazy. Okay. It's crazy, right? So let's take a look at this. And again, guys, we don't know who this is. We don't know who this assailant is. We don't know what the reason behind this person targeting Trump. Okay. We still don't fully know everything about Thomas Matthew Crooks. We understand that he registered as a Republican. We understand that his parents are Trump supporters as well. So we don't even know what's going on with that as well, right? So I think before we start instantly saying this, and this, and start making, wild assumptions, right? Because I'm sure at some point somebody would be like, oh, it's somebody part of the trans community. Wait, you know what I mean? It's like, wait for the information. Wait, let's see what actually happens. But the information that they have right now, the facts that they have told us so far is that the Secret Service had opened fire on a person that was several holes, and they say a man, several holes ahead of Trump. They still don't know if this person was on the course or in the near vicinity of the course. But nonetheless, something suspicious happened. Something suspicious happened enough for Secret Service to pull out their own weapon and pull the trigger. It wasn't like a situation where the guy was just passing through. Something odd happened for show. All right. So let's take a look at this too. Like I said, this is still ongoing. This is still, this is still a developing case. This is still a developing situation. All right. But actually, before we get into that, let me grab this super chat. Okay. Hold on. Sue. Okay. Thank you, Sue. I emailed you the other day giving a lot of independent sources. Democrats most likely planned the first one. Check out my gray zone. Check out the gray zone. They'll probably say something about this. Max Blumenthal on X. Yeah, I'll take a look at those things for sure. I look at all different types of sources. Okay. So I will take a look at all that. All right. But let me play this while I get some more information. Because, like I said, all of this is still developing. We still don't know everything. But of course, we want to hear from from reports, from reporters, and all that stuff. So let's take a listen to this.
That an AK-47 was found. Where are those bushes? Are they on the golf course? Are they just outside the golf?
Hold on. I'm rolling that back just a little bit. Just a little bit, y'all. Boom. A little bit more. Let's see.
Speaking to the Associated Press on the condition of anonymity. So the former President Trump was spending the morning playing golf. He then had lunch at the golf club. That's one of 3 that he owns in the state. Now, he has had stepped up security since the assassination attempt back in July. That was in Butler, Pennsylvania, when a gunman was able to scale a building at one of former President Trump's rallies and fire shots. Former President Trump was wounded in the ear, and unfortunately, there were a number of others who actually lost their lives. And so we are expecting also to let you know about that authorities will be holding a press conference any moment now. And we, of course, will bring that to you right here on Live Now from Fox. What we're doing is
So allegedly
we appear to be stuck on this graphic right here. So we're working to troubleshoot that for you as we are speaking with Scott Duffy, but I do want to see if we can actually hear him right now. Scott, can you hear us?
I can.
Okay, so I just want to make sure. I'm going to have my producer listen in to see if she can actually hear you over the airwaves. You know, Scott, we are standing by to listen to local authorities giving us more information, and you were sharing with us the questions that you have and would like answered. You know, can you just kind of outline them again for viewers who are just joining us?
Yeah, so as we initially hear, it's a shooting in the vicinity of where the former President Trump was on his golf course.
Okay, good. So my producer, as you probably just also heard, is that luckily we can hear you, so the audio does not seem to be impacted. So I wanted to test that out. But Scott, you know, continue on and share with us some of the questions that you were waiting to be answered.
Yeah, so as in this
Crazy.
enlightened or this heightened awareness, especially on the heels of an attempt assassination against former President Trump just a couple of months ago, and leading up to as the political season gets heated, that any type of threats or anything that may come out that could potentially be of an issue of a security threat is going to be doubly taken if service can be any more heightened in their security measures. So we have a shooting that we're hearing is taking place in the vicinity of former President Trump at his golf course in Florida, and especially as he's exiting the golf course. So what does that mean? Is there a shooting that took place that's an isolated incident, that there's a crime scene, local police are investigating that shooting, et cetera? Or is there something of more of a nefarious nature where there could be an attempt, but because the perimeter is so tight that that somebody was not able to break that perimeter? I can tell you that Secret Service is investigating this and local police investigating it as if it's something that was intended towards the former president. So you start at the top and then you work your way down. So it is, especially if we're hearing the reports that an AK-47 was found. Where are those bushes? Are they on the golf course? Are they just outside the golf course? Are they? Is it something that is connected to what we have here? I'd like to know what the area. If I remember reading correctly, that there's a nearby town that has a high crime rate. So what exactly does that mean? Is that gang violence? Is that just drug activity where your shootings are low, but your drug activity and other things are high? So I would be very interested to see what that exactly means. of a high crime area near.
I'm actually curious about the area as well. I mean, where they found this guy, why did they open fire on him? What was it that made them do what they did? Was it a situation where he didn't trust something, or made some sort of attempt at this situation? I'm very curious, right? What's the thing that caused them to do what they did here, right? What was the thing that they saw? Was he just hopping out of the car and charging towards the golf course, or not? I'm kind of curious about that. You see what I'm saying? It just, like I said, doesn't fully make sense, but hopefully we're going to hear something very soon from law enforcement. Let's hear a little bit more from this particular person here, because they have a little bit more to say here.
The golf course for the former president. So these are some of the questions that I would have in place, and then to tell your viewers that if there is a shooting nearby and Secret Service can hear that shooting, they're going to respond quickly, as if it's harm intended towards the former president, remove him from that harm, and then of course allow the investigation to ensue to determine was this something intended towards the former president, or is it something isolated between two individuals that have nothing to do with that of the former President Trump?
So, Scott, I want to ask you this, because we were seeing that.
Real quick, like I said, we heard different stories, right? In the very beginning, they were saying, oh, yeah, we don't know if it was, there was some reports saying that there were two individuals that were exchanging gunfire at a specific moment, so on and so forth. We don't know, and that's the thing. Now we're hearing a little bit more and more corrections, because that's just kind of how the news cycle goes. You hear one thing, and then one thing gets corrected with new facts and all that. It's always a developing situation, right? So it's very interesting nonetheless. Okay, let me just hear this question. Let's hear a little bit more of this. We got more to look into, because there's more articles, more posts, and all that stuff that's coming out as well.
That social media message from Donald Trump Jr. saying it was an AK-47. When you hear that, does that raise any concerns, or not so much? I mean, that's an assault rifle. This is not just your standard gun. What are your thoughts on that as it appears? And again, we are still waiting for confirmation from law enforcement, but what are your initial thoughts on what Donald Trump Jr. is sharing?
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see where those bushes are. So that's why I would be very concerned if the bushes are anywhere near or on the property of the golf course, to where it is not an isolated incident between one or several shooters who are intending to shoot each other. It is possible AK-47s exist, and they are used in everyday crime, as they are, of course, unfortunately, in mass shootings.
Yeah, again, very interesting stuff. Now I'm seeing that they're saying that there's going to be Nancy Guy, sorry, not Nancy Grace, but Nancy Guy just said press conference at 4:30. So that's going to be happening any second now. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that as well. Thank you so much for the super chat and the heads up. But still, regardless, it's, if he was hiding in a bush, why would he be hiding in the bush? And how did he get to the bush? Because somebody else has said in a comment, if I can even find it again. Okay. Somebody just said this, and I need to find it, because it is crazy. Saying that this, I can't find it, but saying that this, this situation, right, is the actual golf course is actually a gated area. That if he was actually on the golf course, he has to have a membership to be on that golf course. So if that is the case, that's scary. That's really scary, right? That's some really scary stuff. Hold on, I'm just checking something really quick to see if the press conference is
to conduct their interview with them. But it's not surprising to see that amount of law enforcement.
No, that is very true. The amount of people on there.
Just
they
so you
did
guys
shut
can
down
see.
I-95 at 7:14, and it is
Hold on.
just about 4:30 Eastern time. The expected time.
I'm going to mute this, but I want you guys to see this. There is a press conference. They're waiting for it. It should be happening any second now and all that. So we will be checking that out. Okay. Darlene, thank you so much. Suspect put barrel of. I'm like, what? You mean the pew pew? Yes, barrel of the pew pew through the fence, and oh snap! If that's the truth, that's crazy. Okay, like I said, there's gonna be a lot of information that we're gonna be looking at here very, very soon. All right, but I do want to share with you guys this as well. Whoops, not that. This. Okay, okay. As we wait, there are some information. All right, so we're gonna look at a few things. Thank you so much on Twitter. All right, they said here that northbound I-95 and at 714 is shut down. This is from the Martin County Sheriff's Office. All right. Based on BOLO information released by Palm Beach County, the Martin County Sheriff's Office has stopped the vehicle and taken a suspect into custody believed to be connected to a situation at the Trump International in Palm Beach County. We will update this information as it becomes more available. So again, crazy stuff, right? So there's that. All right. So they shut down the highway. You just heard a little bit of that from what we're hearing right now. They shut down the highway. All right. This is from Trump. Okay. Or at least his letterhead. Okay. Alert from Trump. There were gunshots in my vicinity, but before rumors start spiraling out of control, I wanted you to hear this first. I am safe and well. Nothing will slow me down. I will never surrender. I will always love you for supporting me. Unity, peace, make America great again. May God bless you. And then, of course, it's Donald J. Trump. So he's saying he is fine. He is safe and well. Okay. But still, no matter what, if that is true, that somebody took the pew-pew, put the barrel of the pew-pew through a fence and tried to take aim, then that's some serious ish. Right now, the press conference is not on because I am looking at it live as we speak. So let's be patient. When it actually starts, it will be starting. Okay. Okay. So, what? Interesting. But let us continue. Okay. Let's see. Angie, thank you so much. Never forget the stupid criminals come from, well, I mean, I think stupid criminals come from everywhere. Angie, let me just be completely real. All right. But yes, very, very interesting. Okay. So maybe they're going to be starting it here soon. And then if that's the case, then I will talk about this other article in a little bit. Okay. I'm keeping an eye on it. All right. But this is very interesting. They're still doing their thing. There's still some more information. I'm still waiting to see. I'm still trying to see what's going on here as well. But it's absolutely crazy what has happened here. Okay. Press conference has not happened yet. But in the meantime, okay, while we wait for this, okay, we are going to pull up this. Okay. So this is some more information. All right. So they say he's safe, which of course is great. So Secret Service opened fire on a suspected person with a firearm near his golf club. Okay. So they opened fire, seeing a person with a firearm near former president's golf club in West Palm Beach, Florida, while he was golfing Sunday, according to 2 law enforcement officials. The Republican presidential candidate is safe. The person fled in an SUV and was later apprehended in a nearby county by local law enforcement, the officials said. The officials were not authorized to discuss the matter publicly and spoke on condition of anonymity about an ongoing investigation. An AK-style rifle, or sorry, AK-style firearm was recovered at the scene while near Trump's course. One of the officials and a third law enforcement official said. The golf course was partially shut down for Trump as he played, and agents were a few holes ahead of him when they noticed the person with the pew pew. So the person appeared to push the muzzle of the rifle through a fence line, and that's when agents fired. Trump's campaign and Secret Service said Trump was safe, and the agency said it was investigating the incident that occurred shortly before 2 p.m. And of course, we already know this all comes roughly 2 months after all of this that went down, this attempt on Trump's life and all that. So now we're hearing that somebody was in the I'm going to say this again. Okay. Of course, the golf course would be shut down. Okay. Partially because it's the former president. Okay. So I'm not surprised that they would do something like that. Right. So that he can play without having any issues. And of course, to keep him safe out here. All right. So it says, okay, he's shut down for so he could play. There were a few holes ahead of him. Okay. When they noticed a person with a pew pew, that person appeared to push the muzzle of his pew pew through the fence line. And that's when Secret Service pulled out their weapons and fired at the assailant. Now, they said earlier that this person fled in an SUV, but then he was later apprehended, okay, by in a nearby county by local law enforcement as well. So this guy was not on the course. He was on the outside of the fence line. And then, of course, he took his weapon, pushed it through the fence line, trying to take aim at, I'm assuming, at Trump. But what's really interesting about this, okay, is that in a way, thank God, right, they had Secret Service some Secret Service agents ahead of Trump. So this guy didn't really know where Trump was. He just saw a bunch of men in black, right? A bunch of men, looking like the agent in the Matrix. And that idiot was probably like, yep, he's right there. I'm going to take aim right here. And he wasn't there. You see what I'm saying? But then again, you got to remember, though, too, these are very powerful firearms. Depends on what kind of situation he had. If he had a sight, a sight on his rifle and all that stuff as well. If he did have that, then he could have just been trying to take aim at Trump from a very far distance. That's a possibility as well. But it is crazy that this person literally went to the fence line and then tried to take an aim in that way. And of course, I think it's safe to say that this was a targeted attempt, that this wasn't just some random exchange of gunfire between two idiots near the golf course. This person was literally trying to take out Trump. Literally. And that's pretty wild, right? So it's just something to think about. Pretty wild stuff. But we're still waiting on the press conference, just so you guys can see. All right. It has not happened yet. Okay. It has not. I'm sure they're getting as much information as they can in regards to this whole thing. But this is definitely 110% an attempt on Trump's life again. Man, oh man. Wow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, But what's sad about this situation, okay? And I agree on TikTok, Sarah. I agree on TikTok, okay? Sarah, travel and retreats. I agree. This whole election has been very exhausting, okay? And we're getting closer, okay? But still, it has been very, very exhausting. And but at the same time, it's become very dangerous because of everything that's been spun out here in the media, out here from both sides of the fence, okay, both sides of the aisle. You know, there's just a lot of mudslinging going on, which is absolutely crazy. Okay, it's been absolutely nuts. But then you got something that happened with TMC. Didn't I say, man, a while back when this whole thing happened, I said I would hate for this to happen again. If this would inspire other people to try to do this to him too. If they go, wow, he got really close, maybe I can get really close too, right? That's the thing, right? Now we're seeing inspired individuals, which is crazy. But let's hear this.
Somewhat big development about this, because we also heard from Meg Kennard within the last hour or so about the Secret Service and their interaction with this potential suspect, as well as the Secret Service agent opened fire at the suspected person with the weapon while Trump was golfing. So those are just two details from the Associated Press from Meg Kennard. In terms of the AK-style rifle that was recovered, what do we make of that? Is that interesting to note for you?
Oh, absolutely. So AK-47 found, or AK type weapon found there in the parking lot, and that a Secret Service agent may have exchanged rounds with this person. That makes it into a much more serious situation than what we had originally heard. And I think there was also reports of a GoPro being found in the area, which, if true, would show that this person was intending to film what they were doing, to take video of their activity. We know that in some incidents, usually hate crime incidents or terrorist type incidents, the person involved in it has actively streamed their actions. And so, whether this GoPro was capable of interacting with the person's phone, it might have gave them an ability to stream this. That would be really interesting if that turned out to be the case. But these details are showing that, if true, that this is somebody who was intent on carrying out actions against the president, the former president, and that this would put it in the realm of another assassination attempt, as opposed to an exchange of gunfire between two people unassociated with the president, but in that vicinity. This becomes much more serious, much more an attack on the former president.
Yeah, much more sinister potentially as well, and we'll see what comes of this. Let's talk about the AP reporting that the AK-style rifle connection, and we know we talked about the vicinity and that word, what it means, what it could mean in terms of closeness to the former president. Does that give you?
Yeah, how close was he? That's another thing too that I think I'd like to know as well. How close was this guy, right? Like Zozo Bob just said, how did this assailant know that Trump was going to be at this golf course? It's not like he was doing a public event. Exactly. Unless it's just a fair assessment to just sit there and go, oh yeah, Trump likes to golf. Okay. And that's not police, not yet. Okay. What you're seeing here is not police yet. But like, it's not like he's, you see what I'm saying? It's a bit weird, right? It's a fair assessment to sit there and say, he likes to golf, and he definitely, whenever he's back in Florida, he likes to golf. I feel like it's a fair assessment to be like, okay, he would probably golf at this particular place and this other place, because his name is on the freaking golf course, right? Why wouldn't he go there, right? Then the other thing is too, though, you're telling me every single time, every weekend, this guy's just driving around trying to see if Trump's at his golf course? That's ridiculous. So somebody had to tip this guy off. He had to have known somehow. If it was just by the news sitting there going, Trump's back over at his favorite golfing place. I mean, if that's the case, though, if that was the case, then yeah, guy doesn't need to do a whole lot of work. You also got to remember, though, too, Trump is very vocal about everything he's doing all the time. He is on that TikTok, or not TikTok, on that Twitter or that X. He's on that Truth Social platform that he's on as well. I mean, he could sit there and say all kinds of stuff, and then, you know, can't wait to go golf. You know what I'm saying? And then suddenly the guy's reading that and going, oh, he's right there. He's right here, West Palm Beach. Let's go. I mean, that's a possibility. Now, I know that may sound a little crazy, but at the same time, it's still a possibility. Or somebody working there gave him a situation, okay? So this was unannounced. That's what's up. Thank you, beautiful messy ball, for that. But see, that's the thing, though. You know, maybe 9 times out of 10, this is his Mar-a-Lago type of outing, that kind of thing. And maybe this guy's watching his every move, or somebody gave him a heads up. I feel like the only thing I can think of, I think the only thing that is possible is that someone knew. Someone working on the golf course, something like that, gave him somebody a little text, little ringly-do, and said, hey, he right here. That's the only other thing I can think of. Because it just seems so interesting that he would show up at this particular day, at this particular golf course to do this, right? So something to think about, for sure. Again, they say that there was going to be a press conference, you know, about almost 20 minutes ago, and that has not happened at all. So I'm interested in hearing what's going on with this as well. Okay. But crazy. All right. Let's see. Let's hear a little bit more of what they got to say here. We're still waiting on the press conference, everybody, but I'm sure there's gonna be more information here that I think that we're gonna need to know. All right. So let's
out
see.
of the area, even if you have the person either in custody or, in the case of Crooks, dead on the scene, is that there may be other persons involved that could continue to be a threat. So because of that potential of additional threats, you get the protectee out of the area. And that's what they did. They got President Trump out of the area. And so the fact that you want to know whether there were others involved, because you might need to be rounding up yet other suspects in this case, and show that this is a bigger plot. Right now, there's only information that there was one shooter and that person may be in custody. I want to stress may be in custody because, again, we don't know if they saw the car leave, they saw the suspect hop in the car and leave, or if they saw a car leaving while this was going on, and that the person that was pulled over may not have been the person that was engaged in this activity there with the AK-47. That's
No, that is a very good.
I'd like to point out something else, is that the investigation of Crooks showed that he was checking the schedules of both President Biden and former President Trump at the time, and did not seem to have a particular target in mind until that rally got scheduled for Pennsylvania.
And right, so, let me cut you off here, Ken. I'm sorry to cut you off, but we do have them stepping up to the podium.
Okay,
right now.
Here we go.
We get to it, I do want to put up this tweet right now from Aisha Hosni saying the FBI is now investigating what appears to be an attempted assassination of the former president. They are stepping up to the podium right now.
Again.
This is a big news.
Wow.
As Fox News reporter saying the FBI responded to West Palm Beach, Florida, and is investigating what appears to be an attempted assassination of the former president, as, of course, the former president is safe after the initial reports were gunshots in his vicinity. Stepping to the podium hopefully right now, Palm Beach County Sheriff and much other maybe Secret Service on hand for this, but they're not at the podium as of yet. But this is a big developing news story. FBI investigating this incident as an attempted assassination of the former president. Nearly 2 months since, more than 2 months since what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania. Ken, I'm going to bring you back in because we're still waiting for this press conference a little bit, but there's some new information right now.
Come on, walk up.
And let's just
start talking.
Ken, they're stepping to the podium. Let's listen in to this update from Florida law enforcement right here on Live Now.
He's coming up and then he's not coming up. You see that?
Sorry to hold you all up. We're waiting for the representative from the Secret Service and the FBI.
So they ain't ready yet. Golly.
Yeah, that's one thing. Is there anybody streaming right now? Yes.
All right. As you can see, they're waiting on law enforcement, Secret Service agents to step up. Of course, we are streaming this live, raw, and unfiltered of this moment. The FBI says they are investigating what is an assassination attempt against Trump, the second in 2 months. Ken, let's bring you right back into the conversation. I know you're still tuning in. We'll take you onto this press conference as soon as it happens. But now we hear the FBI saying this is an assassination attempt of the former president, Donald Trump. What do we make of this? What criteria does it qualify as an assassination, and how big of a development do we hear from the FBI right now?
So, Andy, if there was if the word is true that there was a Secret Service agent that may have exchanged rounds with this person, then the FBI would be investigating that, whether it was an attempt on the president or not. Is that any assault on a federal agent falls into the responsibility of the FBI? And so I would hold off on saying that it's because it was an attempted assassination that the FBI was involved. The FBI would be involved anyway.
I gotcha. All right, let's stay with us, Ken. I'm just going to dive back into this audio just so people can hear what's going on. We'll take you out to this in full, and I'll have you react right after. But let's listen into this breaking news event. The FBI investigating this assassination attempt against Trump in Florida on this Sunday.
We'll just take it in the city there after.
Still waiting on it, guys. Have mercy.
Who's the Secret Service man? Well, there was another guy.
All right, you're still watching this as they'll step to the podium in a matter of moments. The FBI investigating assassination attempt against Trump. I do want to give you a rundown of some of what transpired since 2 p.m. this afternoon in West Palm Beach, Florida, after shots were fired at this golf club there. Trump was reported safe after gunshots in his vicinity. This, according to the campaign. No injuries were reported. The shots were fired at Trump's West Palm Beach, Florida golf club. We did hear from the White House as Biden and VP Harris were both briefed, and they said they were, quote, relieved Trump is safe. A Secret Service agent reportedly opened fire at a suspected person with weapons while Trump was golfing. An AK-style firearm was recovered near the course where the shots were fired. The course was partially shut down for Trump as he played. As per likely common protocol, agents were a few holes ahead when they noticed a person with a firearm. Agents fired when the person appeared to push the rifle muzzle through the fence line. The suspect, believed to be connected to a shooting, was taken into custody after they shut down I-95. The FBI now investigating this as an attempted assassination against the former president. And this comes just over 2 months since what transpired in Butler, Pennsylvania, the attempted assassination at a rally in that campaign. So let's just continue to watch this here on Live Now from Fox unfold in real time as they will give us what we know, some concrete information. We'll hear from Palm Beach County Sheriff, hopefully, and also representatives of the Secret Service. Let's listen into this here on Live Now from Fox as they will hopefully step to the podium soon.
Golly. What's holding them back? What's delaying the info? Come on already.
All right, looks like this is still going to take some time.
Jeez.
So Ken Gray, if you're still with me, we're going to continue just our conversation
Crazy.
a little bit.
Well, let me see if there's
monitoring
any more
this. We might
information here.
just, as we start, as I ask a new question, that's usually the timing of it as they will step up to the podium. So we'll get to them briefly, but we're going to continue our conversation just about this assassination attempt against Trump as the FBI now investigating it. And you kind of mentioned some of the criteria. Lay it out for us again as we head into this press conference. What an assassination attempt is, the definition, and what the FBI is doing now that we know that that's what they believe it might be.
FBI is responsible for assault on federal agents, and they are also responsible for assault on the president or the vice president or foreign officials. And so this is why the FBI is going to become the lead federal agency, despite that the Secret Service is responsible for protection of the president, investigations or for attempts or actual assassinations fall under the FBI. But right now you are looking at a press conference where they are waiting for the responsible part, all the different agencies that have a piece of this to be present there. They all will want to be part of this press conference. And so that's why we've got this delay, is waiting for some of the heads of the agencies to show up here to be able to speak to this matter, and also to make sure that they have the latest details before they go forward. You don't want to show up and try to provide information that you have details of that you cannot share, or that you're not in the position to share at that point. And so that's why we're seeing a delay right now, is just simply getting the people there and making sure that they have the facts that they can share at that moment.
Yeah, that is a very good point. And I believe I asked you if we thought it would be Palm Beach, the sheriff, or Secret Service, and what they might be. And of course, we didn't know at that point, but it appears that Secret Service would be on hand from this. And maybe how much of an information can we gather from the fact that they are likely going to speak, and how much information can the Secret Service give? Because like you mentioned, they are in terms of protecting the individual, the FBI in terms of the investigation. What kind of details does it tell you that the Secret Service might provide an update?
Let me remind you that their title is Secret Service. And consequently, they're not going to give you a lot of details about what they do to protect the president, or what they do where there might have been an incident against the president, and that there was a gap in coverage or a possible problem there with it. They just don't give that information because it's not in their nature to provide details about what they do. That as a Secret Service, they are protecting the president.
Okay.
And while on the other hand, the FBI, they say that's why they put the I in the FBI, is to do investigation.
Come on, start talking.
You will be seeing the results of or hear about what the FBI is finding in their
Okay.
initial investigation.
Let 'em
but
talk.
It's all coming from other law enforcement.
All
And I'll
right.
shut up
Okay.
while they talk.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Well, let's
Thank
get
you.
out there to this, Ken. Thanks so much. Let's listen in to what they have to say here. as
Come on,
they're
come on, come on.
investigating this assassination attempt. Let's listen in.
Have everything. All right. So when we get done, think about your questions because we're not going to take a lot, and keep them to the information that you heard. Don't get into what ifs and because of this. We're not going to go there. All right. So keep that in mind, and we'll be good. So here we go. All right. 1:30 this afternoon. Call came out, shots fired. That was called in by the Secret Service. Because we're in constant contact with them all the time, we were notified of that, and we had units here that immediately sealed off the area. Fortunately, we were able to locate a witness that came to us and said, hey, I saw the guy running out of the bushes. He jumped into a black Nissan, and I took a picture of the vehicle and the tag, which was great. So we had that information. Our real-time crime center put it out to the license plate readers. And we were able to get a hit on that vehicle on I-95 as it was headed into Martin County. We got a hold of Martin County Sheriff's Office, alerted them, and they spotted the vehicle and pulled it over and detained the guy. After that, we took the the witness that witnessed the incident, flew him up there, and he identified as the person that he saw running out of the bushes and jumped into the car. Now, in the bushes where this guy was is an AK-47 style rifle with a scope, 2 backpacks which were hung on the fence that had ceramic tile in them, and a GoPro, which he was going to take pictures of. So those are being processed right now. The Secret Service agent that was on the course did a fantastic job. What they do is they have an agent that jumps one hole ahead of time to where the president was at. And he was able to spot this rifle barrel sticking out of the fence and immediately engage that individual, at which time the individual took off. So that's what we know about the investigation. We have somebody in custody right now that is a potential suspect. We got a little bit more work to do on it, but as we usually do, as soon as we decide that we're going to book him into the county jail and the charges that he's going to be booked into, we'll get those to you and we'll get a picture of him and we'll get you his background. So now I'm going to turn it over to the representative of the Secret Service, and he's going to make a brief statement.
I don't get that ceramic tiles either.
Good
That's
afternoon,
weird.
everyone. I first want to thank all of our law enforcement partners, to include the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office and the Martin County Sheriff's Office, for their involvement today. Former President Donald Trump is safe and unharmed following a protective incident shortly before 2 p.m. on Sunday at Trump International Golf Club at West Palm Beach. The U.S. Secret Service personnel opened fire on a gunman located near the property line, and this matter is under investigation. I'll turn it over to my partners over at the FBI.
I need a list of what they found in his book bag or in his bags.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeffrey Veltri. I'm the special agent in charge of the FBI's Miami field office. The FBI has assumed the role as the lead federal law enforcement agency in the investigation of the incident that occurred earlier today at Trump International Golf Course here in West Palm Beach, Florida. We've deployed a number of resources, including investigative teams, crisis response team members, bomb technicians, and evidence response team members as well. What we need right now is for the public to avoid the area around the golf course. We will continue to support this investigation with the full resources of the FBI, alongside our partners with the United States Secret Service and the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office, as well as Martin County Sheriff's Office and state and local law enforcement. I would ask that if anyone has any information that may assist with this investigation, to contact our tip line at 1-800-CALL-FBI or at tips, that's TIPS .fbi.gov. Thank you.
David?
Hi, I'm Dave Ehrenberg, State Attorney for Palm Beach County. I want to thank Sheriff Bradshaw and our partners at the local, state, and federal levels. I'm here because our prosecutors are currently working up warrants and a motion for pretrial detention for the suspect. In that way, he will be kept in custody. But our filing of these warrants and charges at the state level does not preclude federal charges that could be coming. But in the meantime, it looks like the warrants and the pretrial detention motion will happen first. And again, I want to thank the cooperation we've had with our federal partners and at the local level. And thank you all for being here today.
Okay, we're going to make these pictures available to you. It'll show you a picture of the backpack and the rifle. And there's also a GoPro on the fence there where he was intent on filming what was going on. Even though we're going to have to secure a couple of areas around the golf course here, the public doesn't need to panic. We know that we got a post office, a library, and a school down the street. So we'll make it convenient for you to get to all the places you need to go, get your kids to school, get them over here to the post office or wherever else you need to go. It's safe. There's no more danger here, and we'll make it very convenient for you. So having said that, we're going to take a very limited amount of questions, and you can direct them to who you want to answer the question.
Sure. Did this individual make any statements as he was being detained?
No statement right now as far as his involvement in the incident, and there's further investigation to be completed.
What was his demeanor like?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Secret Service gentleman answered. I misunderstood, or I couldn't quite understand. So there was a rifle. So one of your agents saw on the golf course saw a rifle pointing to a fence. Was it a chain link? Okay, so he saw that, the agent.
That is correct. Yes.
And
Wow.
The president or the former president was on the course behind him. How close?
It was 1 or 2 holes behind.
100%.
That because the bubble moves through the golf course, so our agents will get there first, clear it. He noticed that the rifle was pointed out. Our agents engaged. We are not sure right now if the individual was able to take a shot at our agents, but for sure our agents were able to engage with the subject. I don't know that.
Doesn't appear so.
Is there more?
Yep. How?
How far away was the president? How far away was Donald Trump when this gentleman was caught and stopped?
I got it. Okay. Probably between 300 and 500 yards. But with a rifle and a scope like that, that's not a long distance.
For the Secret Service, how far was your agent from the would-be assailant?
That I'm not sure right now. We're still looking into that.
Reports of the 4 rounds of ammunition were fired. Were all 4 of those from your agent?
That is correct. 4 to 6. We're not sure yet.
Was there a long distance? Explaining why?
Yes.
And
Yes, ma'am.
WPF 25, I was wondering what how this was able to happen, and for future reference, is there any up security in the golf course?
I didn't hear all that. Say that one more time and talk up a little bit.
So how was this able to happen, and for future reference, is there any up security in the golf course?
Well, you got to understand the golf course is surrounded by shrubbery. So when somebody gets into the shrubbery, they're pretty much out of sight. All right. And at this level that he is at right now, he's not the sitting president. If he was, we would have had this entire golf course around him. But because he's not, the security is limited to the areas that the Secret Service deems possible. So I would imagine that the next time he comes to the golf course, there'll probably be a little bit more people around the perimeter. But the Secret Service did exactly what they should have done. They provided exactly what the protection should have been, and their agent did a fantastic job.
Which direction was the shrubbery where he was? North, south? I guess east, west, or south is the road?
The layout of the golf course, you've got 3 holes, 5, 6, and 7, right? One of them runs parallel to Summit Boulevard. One of them runs parallel to Congress. And he was in an area in the shrubbery where he could see both holes. So the president was another hole back, which means he's about between 400 and 500 yards away.
So he was on the golf course?
Oh, he's on the golf course, yeah, but he's back a ways.
For the Secret Service, have you guys changed at all the way that you guys are protecting former President Donald Trump? This is now potential second attempt on him. Can you just elaborate on how things have changed and what you made of all this?
Yes, the threat level is high. We have increased the amount of assets that we've supported. So we are, we live in danger times. So yes.
We're done with questions right now. There's really nothing more for us to add. I just want to tell you, the Secret Service and the FBI and the State Attorney's Office have been fantastic to work with. And I can tell you right now, our agency with this real-time crime center was fabulous. That's how we got the guy. We started out with, we don't know anything, to where we had a tag, we had a vehicle description, and we got an area where we saw the person. So be proud of your law enforcement. All right, thanks, folks. We'll get back to you.
Where on 95 was it that
I want to see a mugshot.
Yeah, she'll get the photos to you.
I want to see a mugshot.
All right, you're just listening in there to local law enforcement and Secret Service and other people on hand for this breaking news event, as the FBI is now investigating what they're calling an assassination attempt against the former President Donald Trump at this golf course. They're detailing some of what was going on as the bubble around the former president on this golf course. A Secret Service member ahead of this group saw what they believe to be a muzzle sticking through a fence line on the exterior portion of the golf course. They confronted the individual and shots were fired. Of course, we're also seeing this picture, as it is going to be out there quite a bit, of what they say are an AK style rifle with a scope, 2 backpacks, a GoPro as well. So this is the image that they were showing at this press conference of this assassination attempt. They did pursue the individual they believe that is connected to this on I-95. They do have him in custody. They said there was no statement yet from the suspect. All right, let's continue here on Live Now from Fox. Bring into the conversation national security.
So what's really interesting, is of course now we're hearing more about what actually happened here, right? And this is just a still, because I wanted to grab that that still really quick so that we could see this with our own 2 eyes as well. Okay, so the assailant literally was in the, on the outskirts of the actual golf course. He somehow was able to get through some shrubbery, through a bush line, get up to this chain link fence, all right, and and then take out this AK, put it through this fence line, and try to take aim. What's also interesting is what is actually hung up there. There's a GoPro allegedly. I'm assuming right here is the GoPro. Okay, that's as close as I can get right here, guys. But they're saying that this is a I'm assuming this is the GoPro. Okay, so this guy was trying to film what he was doing. Okay, what he was trying to do. So he had a GoPro mounted. He had 2 book bags. And if I'm correct, one of them was filled with ceramic tiles. That's a new one for me. Unless they think that that's maybe they believe ceramic tiles are bulletproof or something of that sort. But if you notice, they're hung up on the actual fence. So he didn't have like a book bag where he put on slung it over the book bag onto the front of his chest or anything with these ceramic tiles. I think he did that. He hung those up to protect himself, right? He hid behind those bags with the rifle, right, in his hand, right? I mean, that's just my assumption, okay? So he still did his thing, tried to take aim. Secret Service was smart this time. They were on it this time, okay? And so they pounced. They pounced quickly, right? Now, of course, there's a video that apparently Sean Hannity had some things to say. I guess he talked to Trump directly. This is a clip that's being shared all over the internet right now. So I want to share this with you guys as well. Apparently, Trump had a conversation with Sean Hannity, okay, and he was saying that the Secret Service was on their ish this time, which, like I said, yay, but no slopey roofs this time. They're on grass. You know what I mean? There's hilly hills of grass, but at the same time, ain't nobody losing their lives, or they're not worried about slippage, okay, on some hilly grass. All right. This time they apparently were on point. Okay. But let's hear what Sean Hannity have to say. And we're going to come back to this. But like I said, just a quick recap. Guy had a GoPro filming. Okay. He had 2 bags. All right. Including, if you notice down here, let's not forget, down here is the AK. So he ditched everything and kick rocks. He ditched everything, kick rocks, jumped into his black Nissan, they say an SUV, a black Nissan SUV, and kick rocks. But he left all his stuff behind after they pulled the trigger on him, right? They caught him, and then they're pew, 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 and he's like, oh, snap, and he booked it. So he climbed through shrubbery, went up to this chain-linked fence, set his stuff up, mounted his GoPro, pulled out the weapon, tried to squeeze it through one of the holes, one of the spaces within the chain link fence, and they caught him before he can actually set it off. He ran. He jumped into his car. An eyewitness saw him running to his car, getting in the car and speeding off. He took a photo of that car and the license plate. They were able to look things up on the, they used a license plate reader, and they were able to catch him on I-95. Local PD was able to pull over this assailant and arrest him, okay? Which is great. You know what I mean? I love when law enforcement does their law enforcing in the right way. Yay. So the assailant has been detained. We'd already been known that. But it's interesting to see the series of events, right? The course of events, one after the other, okay? Which is absolutely crazy. But Sean Hannity spoke to Trump, apparently, directly after this whole situation went down. This is absolutely crazy. Again, this is the second time. Let me just say that again. The second time someone has tried to take Trump out. This is crazy. Okay? Crazy. And yeah, somebody just said that too. Listen, Linda RN. Yeah, I'm hoping that the GoPro was running too, because I'd love to see if we see, there might be something in there that you might hear him saying something to somebody, if there was more than just one guy there, so on and so forth. Because like I said, it's wild. He was filming it, guys. Oh, here's the other piece too. They asked how far away was he from Trump, and they say about between 300 to 500 yards away from Trump. And they said, given the firearm, given the scope that he had on the firearm, that would not have been a hard target, which is absolutely crazy as well. So let's take a look, and I'm going to repeat this again for anybody who's late to the party. All right. But this is very interesting. Ceramic tiles. That's a new one for me. That really is a new one for me. All right. But let's take a listen to this conversation with Sean Hannity.
Anyway, so long story short is President Trump, they were on the 5th hole. They were about to go up to putt. And the way Steve Witkoff, now, just as a little bit of background, Arthel, I happened to go to breakfast with Steve Witkoff and another friend of mine this morning, and I was invited to play golf. They happen to be really good golfers. I don't have a lot of time to play golf, so I said thank you, but I'm not going to go out on the golf course and get killed out there. But long story short, so they were playing, they were on the 5th hole. And the way Steve described this, the way the president described it, they both had exactly the same story, which was that they heard pop, 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 pop. And Steve went into great specificity and great detail as to what happened right after. Within seconds, the Secret Service pounced on the president, covered him, You had snipers with tripods. They knew the direction where the shots had been fired, and they had eyes on the location where the shots had been fired. And long story short, they were I have confirmed with both the president and with Mr. Witkoff that the gun has been found. They identified it as an AK-47. And thanks to Secret Service drone video coverage, they were able to identify one individual involved in this shooting getting into a car after dropping the AK-47. And my understanding, according to both of them, is that that car has been identified, and I believe it's been surrounded. Whether or not that person has been apprehended or not, I don't know.
Hold on, really quick. So yes, they say shots were fired, but what's very interesting about this is, and maybe I didn't catch it. Okay, I'm multitasking like crazy here. I got 15 different screens in front of me all over the place. But I'm curious. They say they heard a pop, 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 4 different shots. That's what he says, right? That while they're on the course, they heard these sounds. Did the assailant pull the trigger too? Or was that 4 shots done by the Secret Service that maybe the assailant didn't even have a chance to pull the trigger? And then the other thing too is, if that's the case, that it was Secret Service that pulled the trigger and the assailant didn't, why'd you miss? Just saying, why'd you miss? You didn't hit him at all? He didn't get clipped in the leg, not in the arm, not nothing? Dude didn't get hit not once? Why'd you miss? If that's the case, that's 4. That's 4. Isn't that a little weird? Now, we don't know the condition of the assailant here. We don't, right? But at the same time, it is very interesting that if it is him, he didn't pull the trigger at all, that makes you wonder. They had 4 shots and he still survived. And then Lost in Translation just said this too. And I mean, maybe that's the case too. Maybe the ceramic tiles saved him. I don't know, but that's interesting. That's very interesting too, right? That's very interesting. You know what I'm saying? That's weird. But let's continue on. That's weird. But I'm still wondering. Shouldn't he, you know what I mean? Shouldn't we be hearing about the assailant in the arms of an angel? Just gone. Shouldn't he be deleted right now? But he was able to jump into a car, drive off, and get caught, pulled over, and detained on the I-95. Now, I get it that the dude is in, shrubbery, and it's probably hard for them to see him and all that stuff. But at the same time, man, 4 shots and you didn't get him not once? That's weird. It's just surprising. Doesn't mean that doesn't mean that Secret Service didn't do their job, because they did do their job this time. Okay, they made the guy run away. All right, but at the same time, that's 4 shots. Was all 4 shots done by one Secret Service guy? And then it's like, are you sure that was there some dust in his eye? You know what I mean? Was his eyeglasses or his contacts foggy? Was there a weird reflection off the windshield of a car from the sunlight, blaring into his eyesight so he couldn't get the shot off right? It's just weird. Figured this would be cold, like him did. You know what I mean? But nope. He's alive. He's alive.
This happened in a matter of seconds. A little more color, a little bit more details on this is that when they got on top of the president, immediately what is called a fast cart that I believe has steel reinforcement and protection was able to whisk the president away. And then the Secret Service immediately sprung into action. They had eyes on where the shooting had occurred. I saw the New York Post report that these were 2 people shooting at each other outside the course. I do know, and they did confirm, that the shots were outside of the course, but certainly seemingly within range of the former president. So we don't have any details on any of that. They don't know that part. I only know the part of what they experienced while they were playing golf at Trump International in West Palm. Thankfully, the president is safe. Steve Witkoff is safe. The Secret Service apparently acted with incredible speed and professionalism, and but certainly alarming in every way imaginable in light of what happened in Butler, as you mentioned.
Yeah, of course, this is very alarming. And Sean, have you spoken to the former president or texted with him?
I have spoken with the president 3 times since this incident, and each time I got a new piece of information. One, that they had found, first of all, what happened with the shooting. The second thing, that they had found an AK-47. Third, that their drone footage was able to give them enough surveillance to identify the exact car that the individual involved in this shooting got into. And further detail that they gave me was that they were updated and told that that car had been found, identified, was surrounded by law enforcement. I don't know what happened from there. It could not have been too far away. I would say the time frame was less than a half hour between the time that the shooting actually took place and they identified the car. So
I'm trying
on all
to
fronts,
find out, like, how is he doing? That's what we want to know. How is he doing, if you spoke to him?
Well, you really want to know the truth, Arthel? He goes, well, there's more details, because I did hear, and Steve Witkoff was very clear. The first thing the president did when he got back to the clubhouse was make sure that everybody else was okay. He didn't see his golf partner with him. Where's Steve? Where's Steve? Where's Steve? And then Steve says, I'm right here. He got in maybe a few minutes behind the president. The Secret Service was able to get everybody to safety. Everybody else was taken off the golf course. Then when the president found out everybody was safe and nobody had been harmed, I guess in typical fight fashion, Trump said to Steve, and then he related to me, I really wanted to finish the hole. I was even, and I had a birdie putt, and it was on the fifth hole. Which shows a lot of, I think, guts and gumption, and very Trumpian, I guess, in every way. But, the good news we can report is that in spite of this being in such close proximity to the president and others and the Secret Service, that they were not harmed and that they are in safety. And I know the investigation will go forward. Probably more details, I would imagine, as time unfolds.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, this is an ongoing situation. We have just heard and found out a lot more details about this assailant, why this person, well, we don't know why this person did what they did. And hopefully, obviously it's a good thing that this guy's still alive, because they can actually ask him questions. We can actually find out what's going on. We can actually find out why he is, why this guy did what he did. What is his motive? Why? Okay. Why? Right. But at the same time, I guess only time will tell. Again, you have somebody on the outskirts of the golf course that Trump was at trying to take aim at Trump, okay? Which is still wild and extremely dangerous. Obviously extremely dangerous. But very wild that this whole thing went down. He went there, he had a bag, 2 bags. I guess both bags were filled with ceramic tiles. He had an AK, not an AR this time, but an AK with a sight on it as well. He had a GoPro. He had the GoPro mounted up. All right. So, and I guess so that he can film this attempt. He trudged through shrubbery, through this foresty part of the outskirts of this particular golf course, about 300 to 500 yards, 300 to 500 yards away from Trump himself. He took this AK out, put it through the chain linked fence that he was on the other side of, put it through there, took aim, and then that's when snipers saw what was going on. A sniper, they opened fire, and of course, the guy freaked out, of course, retreated, ran away, jumped in his car. There was a witness that saw him jumping into his car and driving off. They took a photo of his license plate. They were able to run his license plate, go after him, pick him up, arrest him, and now that assailant has been detained. So there has been no fatalities in this situation, okay? Which is absolutely fantastic news, okay? But at the same time, I want to know why this person was doing this. What was this person's motive? And what happened here? Secret Service did their thing this time. Okay. They were able to jump on top of Trump, protect him, and whisk him away. And of course, again, no one lost their lives. But we still don't know why this person did what they did. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be more information out here soon. But it's weird, though, guys. So weird, right? One minute, like just a few months ago, we're sitting there. We're all just shocked, okay, that this whole thing went down. So shocked that this person, that Thomas Matthew Crooks would actually do something like that. In fact, not only do it, but successfully get up on that roof, do what he did and all that stuff, right? We all were sitting there trying to figure that whole thing out. What's wild about this one, though, too, is this person was able to sneak in through a wooded area on the outside of this fenced, closed golf course and take aim. But this time, though, of course, Secret Service was able to see him, and obviously they could have taken him out, but they didn't in this situation, right? I don't know if they missed or they were just trying to make him run away, which I feel like every shot would have been an unalive shot, right? No matter what, right? You're trying to take out the former president and possibly the future president of the United States. So clearly, you'd think that would just be a headshot. Boom, done. Call it a day. Shoot first, ask questions later, right? But this guy was able to not get hit, jumped into his car, drove off, and still got arrested, which, again, I'm really happy he got arrested, but I still got a lot of questions as to how this individual was able to get to the fence. You'd think that there would be, and of course, I don't know the layout of the actual golf course and all that as well. He could have gone out for a while, but that doesn't make any sense because even an eyewitness saw him running into his car. And if he was far, 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 far away, right? If his car was far, 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 far away, how did that person, that eyewitness, connect the dots, right? Connect this assailant as the assailant who's running to his car. So that's one piece that I'm still kind of wondering about it as well, right? And I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be sitting here going, oh, yeah, this is all a ploy to get sympathy votes. This is all staged. I don't know. All I know is that somebody's been arrested trying to take the former president out. Okay. But I am kind of curious as to how did they know that how did this witness know for a fact that this guy was the guy that tried to take aim at Trump? That's the one question I'd like to have answered. Because, and of course, knowing a little bit more of the layout, right? Layout of this golf course and exactly where he was. Because if it was some dense wooded area, he'd have to, and he had to walk a little while. Where did he park his car? Where did he enter in from? How dense is this wooded area where the fence is? So on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, I got a lot of questions about that. Alicia, thank you so much. And thank you so much for being a member for the past 7 months. I appreciate it. How was the assailant able to get into the woods? That's exactly what I was saying just now. Okay. How is he able to get into the woods, right? How is he able to do that? How far away did he park his car? And do we know for a fact? I mean, these are just, I'm sure they got their man, but these are questions that I'd love to have answered, right? How did they know? How did this witness know without a shadow of a doubt that the person that's going into the car is actually the assailant himself? I mean, yes, if he's booking it, running to his car randomly, yeah, that can kind of be a dead giveaway, right? That would definitely that would make me go, could that be the dude? Right? But hold on. There is something here. I'm going to pause that here. They might be doing a map here of where he was found or where he tried to attempt on Trump. But anyway, excuse me. Still feels as if Secret Service would have been watching the area better. That's also what I'm thinking too. Why weren't there people on the other side of the fence? Why wasn't there extra security on the other side of the fence? Just monitoring the perimeter. Remember, this is the same thing that we're seeing again, guys. Haven't you noticed there's a problem with perimeters? A problem with perimeters. Literally. What happened with TMC? Thomas Matthew Crooks. He was on the perimeter. He was outside. He wasn't in the area, in the event area. He was on the perimeter. Now, this is the same thing with this dude. He ain't on the course. He's outside the course. Perimeter, baby. So why wasn't there any protection on the outside, right? Because if there was protection on the perimeter, not only just, which is great, I'm glad that they were doing the whole getting ahead of him, a couple holes ahead, fantastic, right? But what about on the outside? If there's ways to do it, right? Wouldn't they be able to go around that area? I mean, shoot, I know Tyre just said the woods were too woodsy. Well, then, that's when you strap on your boots, right? Put on your outdoorsy gear and get out there. Spray some tick repellent on you and have yourself a holly jolly Christmas out there in those woods. That's just what I think, right? Especially when you have had a person's life attempted, okay, before. So in my mind, I'm like, wouldn't he be out there? Wouldn't there be a few guys out there just in case somebody's trudging through shrubbery, trying to go and take this man out, trying to take Trump out? It seems a bit weird. Okay, it's just a bit weird. All right, but let's go. Hollywood 2000. Thank you so much for being a member for the past 32 months. Woo, that's amazing. Thank you so much. I wonder if he might have been seen before casing the location. That's a good question too. I mean, I feel like now we're all connoisseurs because we just went through it a few months ago with TMC, and now you got this assailant. So I am kind of curious as to if he cased the joint beforehand, checking his cell phone, if he had a cell phone on him, if somebody corresponded with him, basically saying, the eagle has landed, or some sort of code word, or even just saying straight up, Trump is here, come through. Whatever it may be, I'm just kind of curious, right? Who told him? How did he know? Or was it just a random lucky situation for him, which is weird to say, but you know what I mean? Was it just by coincidence? Oh, he's here? Cool. And he's pulled up. Because, driving around with an AK is serious. Okay, that's serious, y'all. All right. Skinny, thank you so much. I appreciate it. How is it acceptable that our sitting U.S. president is MIA on matters that affect our nation? That is a very good question as well. I mean, we've been seeing things where he's here and then he's not. And I mean that in both ways, where he's here and he's not, and then he's here and he's not. Yeah, I don't know. It does feel a little bit like that phoning in. Okay. Just a little bit. I will say that. It definitely feels like that. Right. But maybe he's just trudging through, just going through the motions. But yeah, there's a lot of issues that are going on in the world. And it's interesting because it would be nice to hear a little bit more from him right now. Okay. Not just shots of him on the beach, down by the beach, having a grand old time, right? And just chilling. So it'd be nice to see a little bit more from him right now, especially with all of the mass tragedies that have been happening. Shoot, all of these lives that I've been doing lately have been solely surrounded by people running around with weapons of some sort, bringing tragedy and chaos to every person's home, right? It's crazy. So crazy, guys. But let me play this because I am kind of curious as to what they're saying here. Let's take a listen to this.
But that's probably about it. And certainly with the amount of brush, the tree line you have with a normal golf course, particularly one in southern Florida, where it tends to be very lush, somewhat different than what you might run into, say, in Palm Springs or Phoenix or something like that. That the tree line would, if there were rounds fired, would have implicitly acted to shield, to provide some cover at that distance. Probably a number of the rounds would have impacted within the tree line. So you have some concealment of the president because of the tree line, because of the design of the golf course. Again, that's an inference. I don't have a schematic in front of me to say exactly where he was, but 300 to 500 yards, one hole ahead, that's pretty safe to say that's likely that he did not have line of sight. And so when he came under fire, regardless of the motivation, it may have been that that's why he left the weapon and stuff. It's like he never really had a chance to actually engage in any way with the former president or his immediate Secret Service detail at that distance. Couldn't see him. There was certainly some cover provided by the foliage, and then of course, depending on how the golf course is designed, sand traps and stuff, that all provides a certain amount of defilade, depending on where he was in relation to where the president was playing. So there's a lot of things there that could have really mitigated the threat to the president.
Oh man, he's on dial-up. That sucks. He's on dial-up, but we do have a photo of the guy. Oh my gosh. So before I share that with you guys, let me just say this, okay? It says a newly released photo supposedly shows the suspect reportedly, by the way, he's in his mid-60s, okay? And captured by law enforcement after leaving Trump's golf course, carrying an AK-style rifle, equipped with a scope, 2 backpacks, and a GoPro. Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? Here is the man, which is such a weird photo of the guy. I'm still trying to understand what's going on here, but let's take a look at it, shall we? Blammo! He's 60 years old. That is our man right there. I don't know what he's doing. Getting his Mark Wahlberg on. I don't know what he's doing. Nothing gets between me and my Calvins. You feel me? I don't know what is that. But this is his. That is him. Oh, dear Lord. I don't know. You know what I mean? Good vibrations. Feel it. Come on. But anyway, this is the guy allegedly. I don't know why this is the shirt. This is the photo of his shirt. What is going on here? I don't know what's going on with the shirt, but what the hell? Why is that happening? And no, it's not because he's trans or something crazy like that. Okay, guys, just miss with the nonsense for a second until we know information. All right. He is wearing, and just because he's wearing a pink, maybe a peach shirt does not indicate anything either. Looks like he's got some short hair too. So everybody needs to stop. Everyone's so quick to be like, oh, he's trans. It's like, shush, you don't even know. Stop it. Stop it. We don't know anything yet. But this is allegedly the guy. Some of y'all were thinking that he was black. Oh, my Lord. Some of y'all said, yes, salmon colored. Thank you, Yvonne. Yes, salmon. Some of y'all thought he was black. Oh, snap. But he is not. Okay? That man is from or at least his lineage is from the Caucasus Mountains. Okay? So there it is. I don't know what he's doing. I really don't know what he's doing right here. And I'm wondering what's going on, unless he was getting arrested and I don't know, maybe it was in the middle of a tussle of some sort. I don't know what this is. Maybe he was taking off the shirt that he had. Okay. Maybe he was wearing a hoodie or something black. Maybe he was wearing a black hoodie or a black shirt on top of this. And then he changed out his shirt because he didn't want to get, caught. Maybe he was doing a costume change. Maybe that was what it was. This is the second act of his performance. The first act didn't do so well, but maybe he was going into his second act real quick by the costume change. Maybe that's what it was, right? But again, they're alleging that this is the guy, and he is allegedly 60 years old. He just looks interesting, okay? But this is the same guy that showed up, okay, with some stuff. All right. Hold on. I'm still trying to get more information because this is crazy. And I want to know what, like, I want to know what the hell is his name, because they got his face. That face is out here, and everybody gonna see that. Okay, looking like a damn fool with his pants on the ground. Actually, it's not his pants on the ground, but you know what I'm saying. All right. Looking like a damn fool. All right. But I am quite curious. Hold on. I'm looking at a few things here. Still very wild to me that this even happened, y'all. In this day and age. Hold on, guys. Just bless me with a second here. Because like I said, I'm still looking to see if there's any other things. Let me check breaking. Hold on. Breaking 911. Let's see what they say. So far, nothing else that I can see. Hold on. I'm just seeing. Let me see. Because, of course, this is all getting thrown out here like crazy, guys. So sorry, guys. I'm just getting whatever I can get. Any more information. Let me see if there's anything in this thread. Let's take a look at this, guys. I'm just seeing if there's anything possible, possibly. That's funny. That's funny. I like that. That's funny. Okay. I need TP for my bunghole. That's funny. All right. But yeah, I still don't understand why he's looking like this. But now they're saying that it's a picture of a 58-year-old man. Okay. Some sources are saying 60. Some are saying that he's 58. It doesn't matter. He damn 60. All right. Somebody just said, Gary Busey, stop. That's actually a good, that's actually a good call right there too. Is that Gary Busey? That does kind of give Gary Busey vibes. Okay. So I'm wondering who this guy is, what his story is. Okay. I mean, it's tired as a mother. Hold on. Let me pull this back up. His stomach looks like the sorting hat from, oh my God. Oh my God. That's a good one. I was going to say his stomach looks like he had a really bad lipo job. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of vibe I'm seeing here too. He went and got that thing, he's trying to get, slim thick, trying to do his mommy makeover. You feel me? But then he just gets a really bad botchy, lipo job. You feel me? While he's in the middle of getting his BBL, trying to look all good and stuff. But yeah, the hat, that's a good one. Slytherin, that's a good one. That's a good one. Misty, thank you so much. Hey, Pascal. Happy Sunday to you and everyone in the chat. God bless each one of y'all and y'all's loved ones. Thank you so much. I can't talk suddenly. It is crazy out in these streets nowadays. Absolutely. I agree 110%. All right. Beautiful, messy ball. This was when he was stopped. They were doing a weapons check. That's what I was going to say. But it's weird because they may have gotten him out of the car and then he was just like, see, I ain't got nothing on me. And he pulled up, you know what I mean? Show it, lift up your shirt. And he's like, fine. And he did it in a weird way. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It feels weird. Like he's giving us a little strip tease, like a little Magic Mike action. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird. Close your eyes. Give me your hand, darling. And he's just doing it all. Can you feel my heart beating? You know what I mean? Like just some weird, random, creepy throwback song that just makes no sense whatsoever to what he's doing. No connection whatsoever. But yeah, they're like, show us you ain't got no weapons. He's like, I ain't got no weapons except this thing. You know what I mean? Turn around. You know what I'm saying? No? Nobody? Anybody? Moving on. Titus mother, thank you. Oh, I already said that. Thank you so much for the love. Michelle Woods, thank you so much for the love. Too early for me to speculate. So I'm going to keep my damn mouth shut before I get myself in trouble and get my comments deleted again. Well, if you keep it clean and keep it kind, I think you're going to be fine. Okay. But yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, the comments I'm sure are going to, we already saw it. I mean, Beavis and Butthead down here. Somebody said Gary Busey. I mean, it's been weird, right? Because that is a fairly weird photo, and it also makes me think of the if y'all that have not seen Silence of the Lambs, that's what it made me think of. The Silence of the Lambs. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The Silence of the Lambs. That scene. I'd do me. That scene I'm talking about. And he does the whole he does that whole thing. That's the part I'm thinking too. That it's Silence of the Lambs. Okay? Yeah, the Buffalo Bill scene. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? Okay. I'm here for the jokes here too, guys. You know what I mean? When the bad guys get caught and they do stupid-ish like this, we have to roast them in the best way possible. Okay? Because we got to laugh a little bit because we can't just go through this and I'm sorry, we just can't. Okay? But exactly, that scene, the scene, from Silence of the Lambs, when we get introduced fully to Buffalo Bill. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll see it and you'll never unsee it ever in your life. Okay? The tuck, the little tuck, the tuckaroo. Okay? Tucking away the little giblets. That scene. You just never unsee it ever again. Okay? But moving on, such a weird photo. It's so weird, but I'm here for it. Yay. Embarrass him as much as we can. Okay? Because this man trash. But I want to know what his reason for doing this. What was his motive? And hopefully we will find out very, very soon, right? Melee, thank you so much. Here for the laughs and Pascal serenading us. Yes. Turn around. You know what I'm saying? Give me your hand, darling. Do you feel my heart beating? Do you understand? Do you feel the same? That song. The only reason why that song's in my head is I watched Speak No Evil last night. Okay? And that song is in the movie. So it's just in my head for some weird reason. Okay? But yes, I will check that. Name has been released. Ooh, I'm interested in that. I'm sorry, I was too busy serenading you guys, just having a little bit of fun. All right. But we've seen his face and his body. Okay. Is Jesus like, but I'm kidding. I am kidding. All right. Oh, my Lord. Okay, guys. So, his name, let me put up his name, his face here really quick. Hold on. His name, guys, Ryan Wesley Routh. His name is Ryan Wesley Routh. That's a hard one to do. Ryan Wesley Routh. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, let me put his face back up here with his, Michael Jackson pose here real quick. All right. Let me pull this back up. There he is. His name is Robert Paulson. I'm kidding. His name is Ryan Wesley Routh. So now they have that information out now too. Ryan Wesley Routh. He is, well, what we know, he's in his late 50s, and that's all we know. Okay? Yeah, it is almost like he's doing like a Michael Jackson pose too. You know what I mean? Like I said, this will be forever locked in for him. In fact, this will be his calling card in prison. They'll be like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he gonna be very soon. He's gonna be in prison. He's gonna be wearing Kool-Aid lipstick, holding the inside pocket of a man named Toby in prison. Give it time. This is his calling card right here. Okay? Oh, you know what I mean? It's a very Prince-ish vibe over here. You don't see it? Sorry, I see it. You're gonna have a terrible time in prison. It's gonna be fantastic. Yeah. It's kind of skinny fat. You know what I mean? It's like he missed many meals, but he's eaten a lot of meals, but all those meals have been bad. A lot of fast food, and that's all he eats. Did I do this one already? I don't know if I did. But Melly, here for the laughs, Pascal serenade. Oh, I already did do that one. Sorry about that. Oh, shoot. I just accidentally deleted one. Hold on. Oh, snap. No. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Wait a second. Thank you, Nicole B. I appreciate it. Happy Sunday to all you guys. Okay, all you Pascallywags. Okay, and Pascalites. That's what it is. There it is. Michelle, thank you so much. Also, he looks like a former Guns N' Roses member who turned to say no to drugs, kids. Crack is whack. Okay? And meth causes decay. Okay? Misty, thank you so much. Off topic, Pascal, we need you to sing for our Pascal karaoke night, sir. We heard them vocals, sir. Yeah, one day we will do that. There's just so much. News has been newsing so hard out here. Okay? News has been newsing so freaking hard. When I do it, it's going to have to be a time when there's not like so much chaos and mayhem. All right? But we will do something for sure. Okay? I promise you that. All right? I promise. I ain't playing. We going to do something. Okay? But guys, let me see if there's any more information. And thank you everybody who's been sending me everything, all this stuff. I do appreciate it. Okay? Oh my gosh. Are you ready for it? Hold on. Stop. He looks crazy. Hollis, thank you. Shout out to Hollis real quick. She's been sending me some things. And I do appreciate it. Okay. Thank you so much for sending it to me. You got to see this. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I got to screenshot this, unfortunately, guys. Oh my God. You can't make this up. Y'all are so fast with this stuff. It's scary. All right. Let me just tell you how scary this is. All right. You put the name out there 2 seconds later. All right. Oh, that's so stupid. That's so stupid. What did I say that was so wrong on TikTok? Okay, that's fine. Moving on though. We got his photo. We got his Facebook profile photo. All right, guys. I don't know if you guys are ready for this because it's not at all what I expected. Okay, first off, let me pull this up so you guys can remember. Remember him. Remember this. Okay. Now, get ready for this. This is Ryan Wesley Routh. Yes. He looks like he has had a day with cocaine. That is a very sprightly individual, don't you think? I mean, you could just see it in the eyes. Look at the eyes. Boom. That don't look a little crazy? That doesn't look a little crazy to you? Hold on. If you really not, let me just hold on. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. There you go. That's called Adderall. Oh, that's some eyes though. Shoot. Okay. So he's redhead. He's a redhead, which we could tell in the photo. Okay, that he's got a little reddish hair. All right. There's some reddish tint to him, but there he is. That is Adderall. That is huge. It just kicked in, and I'm happy to be here. Am I the only one who sees this? Oh my word. Is that hair? That might just be the photo itself, but it just looks like he might have a hairy back. Well, somebody in prison is going to find out about that soon enough. Hey! Moving on, though. Yeah. Just here for the jokes, guys. Here for the jokes. Owen Wilson. That's a good one. That's a good one. Bang. I'm sorry. I'll stop with the jokes. But when you got to jerk off like this, doing something so unbelievable, you can't help but just roast the guy for a little bit. Okay? It's like, Childless has said, I came back to you saying he might have a hairy back. I'm sorry, but think about it. No, I mean, don't. Shame. don't. But no. But what I mean is, can you blame us for roasting the dude who just tried to take out one of our former leaders? I mean, can you blame it? I think it's hilarious. I'm sorry. He looks hilarious to me. Okay? Just like, we talked about pig vomit. We've talked about pig vomit plenty of times, right? You look at him and I mean, even his photos are just creepy as well. But this one is very intense. This looks intense to me. Okay? Just looks very intense to me. That's just me though. Maybe you guys go, well, no, just no. He's just very happy to be here. He looks very excited. And maybe that's what it is. Okay? No. I love all my people, all the redheads, all the blondes, all the brunettes, all the black hair, etc. I love everybody. Okay? All races, all people, all under every single shade of color. But this guy, though, crazy. Okay? That guy looks very much like there's a vibe. Okay? There's a vibe. That's all I'm going to say. All right, I'll stop with the roasting. But that is allegedly his Facebook profile photo, which is crazy. All right, crazy. So he out here shirtless and everything. Okay, shirtless. And we still, like I've said before too, we still don't know everything yet. We only know a bit. They've been putting out, excuse me, they've been putting out bit by bit, pieces and pieces, covering this whole thing. And the more and more we find out stuff, the more things are slowly kind of trickling out. Like I said, we now know the guy's name, Ryan Wesley Routh. Ryan Routh is his name, okay? They say he's about 58 to 60 years old, and he's the one who had the long rifle trying to take aim at the former president again, which is wild, right? And this is the second time in the last 2 months someone tried to take this guy out, right? Which is crazy. Wow. Casey said that his profile says he's from Greensboro, North Carolina. That's where you live. Well, stay safe out there, Casey, and thank you so much for the information. That's crazy, though. So if it could be a possibility that he drove down there, he said, F this, I'm coming to him. I'm not going to wait for him to, make a trip in my general area. I'm just going to come to him. I'm going to bring the trouble to him. And that's what happened here. Ain't that some ish? That's wild too, right? That's very wild. But yeah, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. We, of course, you know what? Somebody just said, I just saw it in the corner of my eye. Where did it go? Because that was a good call. Where is that? Yeah, he's got a Joel Osteen vibe. Oh my God. That is a Joel Osteen vibe. Yes. Good call. Okay. And I mean, not everybody knows Joel Osteen, but most of us do. Okay. But that's some Joel Osteen vibes too. Yeah. Damn right. Okay. But crazy, guys. I don't know. I just feel like he did a lot of, this vibe that it's this vibe right here. Oh, did I take it down? Hold on. It's the vibe like he did Summer Stock. It's like the vibe he did the lead in Music Man a few too many times in Summer Stock during his late teens and early 20s. That's the vibe I get here, It's just very, that's the vibe I get. Just saying. All right. He's about to break into song, Well, you know what I mean? But that's just me, though. That's just the vibe I get. But at the end of the day, this guy is the piece of trash that tried to do this unthinkable thing. He was not successful, thank God. But now we got him arrested, which also is really good news because now we can get more answers. Hopefully, if he starts to squawk. And he does not give me the vibe. I don't know why. But, this alone just gives me the vibe that he gonna squawk. He don't seem like the type who's going to sit there and go, nope, not going to say a damn thing. Stitches get stitches. Nope. He looks like the type who's going to talk. Okay. He was my mother. You know what I mean? He's going to say something, I think he's going to squawk. That's what I think. Okay. Ooh, okay. Sending email. Thank you so much, Tyler's mother. FB taken down. Of course, his Facebook was taken down. Of course. And as soon as people figured out who he is, okay, bam, they're going to go and look things up. They're going to drag all that stuff out and then, you know what I mean? So again, he just gives me the vibe that he's going to talk. That's the vibe I think, and you can see the crazy in his eye because only somebody you not somebody mentally sound of mind would go and try to do something like this, period. You got to be a little off your rocker, just a little bit. Okay? That's the vibe I get here. Okay? But again, I think this dude's going to talk. But I'm thankful that he's alive, because as soon as he starts talking, we're going to find out more. And we will find out if this is all like some connected, organized thing, or if he just did this independently because he just felt some type of way. Like I said, this dude, oh my Lord, this guy, man, how does that photo keep going away? But this guy could very well be a Swifty. Could this man be a Swifty? Think about it, loves. Could he, though? He could. He might be so mad. Because Out of Style is his favorite song. Think about it, my loves. Could he be very much a Swifty? Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Do they say Swifty or no? Okay, I'm done. Because this gives me Swifty vibes. Shake it off. You know what I mean? No? Anybody else? No one sees that vibe? He could sit here and go, I love Wrecking Ball. You know what I mean? After a few drinks of tequila. Just love it. Speaks volumes. Okay, I'm sorry. Woo, woo, woo! You know? So hopefully we'll find out what's going on with this dude. Let me see if we got an email here. Because oh my lord, it's just too easy sometimes. Sometimes it's just too easy. Okay, we just got to have a little bit of fun. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, at the bad guy's expense. He's now locked up, which is great. I'm very happy about it. Okay, but we got to have a little bit of fun. We got to, just like Taylor Swift said, we got to shake off some of these bad jujus. You know what I mean? Just shake it off. Okay? Just a little bit. Not a lot of it, because we still have to keep in mind of things that are going on. Okay? But this could be a political thing. This could be anything. Clearly, it's a political thing. But what I mean is, it could be something deeper than just him going, I don't like Trump, or, leave the Queen Tay-Tay alone. There could be more of something going on here. Okay? And we'll find out. Maybe he's like, I'm tired of you saying crazy stuff about cats and dogs being eaten by Haitian migrants. If that's the case, that could be it too. You never know, right? So we'll see what happens here. But again, he's in his late 50s. He may be a cat owner himself. You just never know. He may be there angry about what's going on overseas, on the multitude of things that are going on overseas. Okay? Or he could be somebody who just had a mental break and just decided to target Trump, which is maddening. Okay? Really? That's him too? Wow. Okay. Wow. What? Are we sure this sounds like the same dude? Okay. Hold on. I got a gang of different. Oh my Lord. Okay. Hold on. Got a gang of different things, guys. So give me a second here. Thank you so much, Nicole B on TET. Appreciate you. Appreciate thee. Thank you. Hold on. This is crazy too. Now this, whoa. Yeah, he doesn't, he may not be well. He just may not be well. Take a look at this. Okay, so he's got, this is another profile photo. That's crazy. He's got the bulletproof vest. He's got the, you know, the flag on. His hair is white and blue. Maybe because he's a redhead, so it's like red, white, and blue. I don't know. But half of his head is dyed blue and the other half is white. But as you can see in his beard, he's got a white beard. So he dyed half of his head blue. Now, does it mean that he's out here, you know, like, does it mean that he's cray? No, it doesn't mean that he's crazy. Okay. But it is a very interesting photo nonetheless. They say that he lives in Kawa. I don't know. I'm mispronouncing it like a mug, I'm sure. And somebody in Kawa is in the middle of eating their meal right now, watching this show. They're like coughing it up, going, "Oh, I'm offended. You said it wrong. It's Kawa." I don't know how to pronounce that, but he says he lives in Kawa, Hawaii. Okay, and know somebody out there is going to be like, "It is the origin of the." And you can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, okay, or in the comment section if you're watching in the replay, okay. But moving on, he's from Greensboro, North Carolina. So does he really live in Hawaii? Hawaii? I'm wondering. Okay, now there's more. I'm kind of getting bits and pieces here. Okay. Yeah, it looks like could be a supporter of Ukraine. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this, guys. Interesting. This is on July 9th that he put this up. Let me blow this up so you guys can see this. Soldiers, do not call me. Soldiers. Who are the soldiers? Is he a soldier? I'm wondering what his background is, right? Aside from him living in Kauai, okay, Hawaii, okay, what is his background? Because that's a completely different photo. Just so you know, that's a completely different photo. Look, this photo, hopefully I didn't delete it or turn it. Sorry, that's eyes. But this is the photo that is up here, and that was in December of 2014. So 10 years old. He's had a journey. 10 years is a diggity damn. That's him right now. Look, you know, like really happy to be here. We'll break out into song, okay, to America. Crazy, right? That's kind of intense. He's had a hell of a 10 years, baby. Damn. Okay, so moving on to the next part. It says, soldiers, please do not call me. We are still trying to get Ukraine to accept Afghan soldiers and hope to have some answers in the coming months. If you're interested in fighting in Ukraine, you must have a passport and send it to me by way of WhatsApp to this particular number. You must also have money to purchase an airplane ticket to Moldova. If you cannot afford the cost, you cannot go. We're also trying to get Taiwan to accept soldiers, hopefully in the coming years. Please have patience. Then moving on. This is earlier because this is July 9th of just this year, and this is a few months before this. Okay, 2 months before. Soldiers, we are working to get invitation letters from Ukraine and a path, but soldiers must be able to apply for their own visas and pay for all travel and expenses to get to Ukraine, and cannot ask any questions at all of Ukraine contacts. It will still take 6 months to a year I do not have time to respond to hundreds of Facebook messages. Send whatever. And I'm assuming send your messages to this WhatsApp, so on and so forth. But so is he a cosplayer? Is this guy a cosplayer for military? Like I said, this is him, but this is also him. That is crazy. Hold on. That is crazy. Look. That is a journey. That is a journey, y'all. You have got to be kidding me. That is him. Ears, nose. What happened to him? Oh my Lord. 70 just said, is he married? Yeah, that's the change. This is him young, wild and free and single, right? And then this is after 10 years of marriage. He's like, damn. This is what happens. Oh, don't do me like that, man. Don't do me like that, Zebedee. Do not do me like that, man. Oh man. No. Is he married? No. Actually, in real life, it does make you wonder. Is he married? That's a good question. I don't know if he's married. Okay. But yeah, I need to know what's going on. I did not expect this on my bingo card today. Okay, not this drastic change. Okay, like hello, my honey, hello, my darling. To I don't even know what that is. You know what I mean? To Rammstein, Du hast. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I need an explanation. I need Cliff Notes fast for this. But holy cow. Okay, he may be cheating. Man, this is an intense individual. So I'm wondering, is he ex-military or is he just cosplaying as ex-military? You know, somebody who's out here, who's gone and done like 3 CrossFit workouts. Suddenly they feel like they're the ultimate badass. So they go and buy some extra stuff, all rogue. Okay, they buy some pews and they're drinking black rifled coffee, sitting there saying that they're a badass because they've done a couple wads and at a CrossFit box. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I did the Murph 3 different times. Good on you. Yeah, no, cut that mess. How dare you? How dare you? Okay, but let's be real. There's some people out there that do that. Oh, you know, I did 5 wads. Whoa. You know, got a membership. And then suddenly they just think that they are military too. You know those guys, you know those individuals. Come on, let's keep it a buck. They all got the tactical stuff, but they don't even know how to use it at all. It's just all there for show. You know, everything they have is military, branded stuff, but it's not really military stuff. It's just toys. It's just fake crap. But I am actually curious about this guy. Is he the real deal or is he just cosplaying as a military guy? And there's plenty of dudes that do that. Let's keep it real. All right. But let's move on. Okay. Because I think I got another message. But that's some wild stuff, yo. That is some wild stuff. Oh my God. That's so weird. Yeah. So it is very much him. Both those photos, which is crazy. Quite a journey. That is a journey. But we've seen crazy stuff like that where somebody's been brainwashed, they're all happy-go-lucky, you know what I mean? Like I said, they have a whole vibe of, taxpayer. And then it's just carnage, So it does make you wonder. But then this whole thing is, do you really want to hurt me? You know? So I'm wondering what's going on here. Because I got some questions. I got questiones, guys. All right. But that is him. Okay. That literally is him. That's him here. And this is him here. Crazy. And that is not, he transitioned, but he transitioned different. That's a different transitioning. He did a sidestep into, I don't know what this is. Okay. But he does not look like he's happy. I have questions. I have so many questions that need to be answered as soon as possible. But guys, unfortunately, I'm going to have to wrap up this show. But if there's more information, actually, let me check one more thing, just to see if there's any more information. All right. Whoops. It's so wild, man. I still don't understand how this happened. I just don't. And it's wild that this even happened. Like this whole thing even went down. I'm sorry. I'm still shook. All right. But let me get this. Ryan Wesley Routh. Let's see what they say here. If there's any new information, let's see. Well, it's interesting because they're not really saying much. They haven't really said anything about him yet. But I'm checking other sources here really quick just to see if they say anything here too. My mind is still blown. My mind is still blown over this, y'all. This is some crazy ish, yo. But I don't see anything else right now. They just say the FBI is now literally saying that this was an attempt on Trump for sure. And I think we all knew that. Okay. We knew that watching from the nosebleed seats that this is definitely an attempt on Trump's life for sure. Okay. Yeah, they said a man with a scope, all right, pointed his rifle with the scope into where he was at, all right. They just arrested the guy. His name is Ryan Wesley Routh, okay. The law enforcement officials identify the suspect to the Associated Press. The article I'm reading here, let me show this to you guys, okay. They identify the suspect to Associated Press, but spoke about the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss the ongoing investigation. Secret Service aimed at the suspect, who was taken into custody after fleeing the scene. But, like I said, there's still not a whole lot of information about who the hell this man is, though. Who this man be, right? Who is this guy? I'm hoping before the end of the night, we're going to get some new information on that because it just seems crazy, right? So I'm hoping people talk here very, very soon. Okay. Crazy, y'all. Okay. Again, thank you so much. Tired as a mother. I appreciate it. Okay. Hold on, guys. Misty, I don't know if it's true, but some folks in the chat said he has a Ukraine girlfriend. Ooh, interesting. That could be part of his motive. That could be part of it or his motive for what he did to Trump. Maybe that could be it too, because he wants his girl. Okay. Maybe he wants his girl. Maybe that's what the situation is. I don't know. But hopefully we're going to hear something very, very soon before the end of the night, before the night's end. Okay. Angie, thank you so much. He's been angry since 2015. I'm sorry. When they canceled Glee, oh my God. Homegirl got jokes too from downtown. Angie with the jokes. Love it. That's hilarious. You know what I mean? Like I said, he just feels like he would be somebody who would just break into song, you know, and then not so sing-songy anymore. You know, now he's just listening to Johnny Cash, you know. I hear a train coming. That's all he listens to on repeat because he's just angry, you know, just putting on everything that has Velcro. Okay. But what's interesting though, for someone who looked like what we just saw, okay, I got friends in low places. Yeah, he probably has that too. Okay. He probably playing that like a mug. Drinking his Busch Light. No, he's a Pabst Blue Ribbon guy. That's the vibe I get. Now, take a look at this guy. Don't you see how he looks like kind of like ready, suited and booted, right? But then you look at this. Look at this guy. Okay? Do you really want to hurt me? Like, look at him, right? Here. And then you see the other photo. Doesn't he look like, Semper Fi, brother, always be ready, right? So he wasn't so ready this time. Didn't he show up with 2 book bags that had ceramic tiles in them and a little GoPro? He wasn't very prepared. So how impromptu was this? Was he driving around and he's like, F it. He pulled up to a Home Depot, picked up as many cheap ceramic tiles as he could, got some book bags, stuffed them in these book bags, walked over there with his AR that I'm sure he already owned, with the GoPro that he already owned, and then walked in through those woods, took aim, and didn't take even not one shot, which is interesting too, because that's one thing that still has not been confirmed. But think about that for a second. Where's his stuff? Look, he looks ready. Unless that's what he uses for his CrossFit workouts. And he just put it on because he just wants to look like he's a total badass. Because for a fact you can get these vests, that look like they're bulletproof vests, but they're not. But you can wear them for when you do burpees and when you do rucks and stuff like that. It's not really a bulletproof vest. It's just a weighted vest. So he looks suited and booted here. Like I said, is he cosplaying? Or is he really suited and booted? Because this doesn't make any sense that he would be, using ceramic tiles. And if he was using that as protection, why wouldn't he have his own stuff? You feel me? Why wouldn't he be bringing in his bulletproof vest and all that stuff too? He had the AR or he had the AK, right? So I'm curious about that. That doesn't make any sense. Like I said, very amateur. Very amateur, if that's the case, because he could have thrown his bulletproof vest in the car, and that could be in the car right now. And he got out of the car, and they said, show us you don't have any weapons, and he lifted his shirt. That could very well be it here too. But again, I'm wondering what they saw, right? I'm curious because that's weird. All right, but hold on, I got a few things. Messy ball tag. Really? Okay. He tagged Kamala and Joe. Interesting. Let's take a look. Hold on. Let me see. And Hollis, thank you so much. And Beautiful Messy Ball, because I know Beautiful Messy Ball has been sending me a lot of stuff too. So I don't want to not give credit where credit is due too. So thank you, Beautiful Messy Ball and Hollis so much too. Oh my, his Ukraine. Yeah, he was recruiting. It seems like Afghans, okay, for Ukraine. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, it's weird. It's weird. You saw it in that piece that I showed. He put it on Facebook. It's very weird. It's very weird. Okay. Hold on. Whoops. Wrong area. Hold on, guys. Still looking. Okay. So let's take a look at this. Okay. And of course, we got to take all this stuff. I mean, all of this. Okay. We got to take a lot of it with a grain of salt. Even the posts that were put up that are allegedly from Ryan Routh putting this stuff up. We just got to, take it with a grain of salt, unfortunately. Okay. Because, this is still developing news. This is still developing information. But let's take a look at this. Ryan Routh, Trump, wanted to take out Trump. Okay. Thought Kamala and Biden were his saviors. Okay. And again, let's take this with a grain of salt because we don't know if this is, truly him or somebody out here just typing stuff up quick. It's been a couple hours and people can get really crafty. I'm just going to say that really quick. Okay. So just to err on the side of caution. Okay. No disrespect to anybody who's giving me the information. It's just to be safe. All right. Just to be demure, mindful, cutesy. Moving on. Says at Kamala Harris, you and Biden should visit the injured people in the hospital from the Trump rally and attend the funeral of the unalived firemen. Trump will never do anything for them. Show the world what compassion and humanity is all about. Interesting. Then Joe Biden, you should visit the victims at the hospital of the Trump rally victims and attend the funeral of the firemen that passed away. Trump certainly never would. Show the world what real leaders do. Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. And it's the same thing again. Okay. But yes, very, very interesting stuff. Okay. He could very well have been, definitely. I mean, he's still alive. And of course, we're going to hear from him hopefully fairly soon so that he can speak for himself. Hopefully he squawks. Like I said, he doesn't seem like the type who wouldn't squawk. So I think he's going to talk. And it's going to be something else. Okay. It's definitely going to be something else. But again, like I said, this all is still very much a developing story. We don't know everything yet. Okay. Wow. I just got a lot of emails. Hold on. Holy poop on a stick. Hold on, y'all. Okay. They said I am. Oh, okay. So these, excuse me. Some more posts of Ryan Routh's that he's put out here. Excuse me. Man, they out here fast, the information, but hold on. Just checking a few things. Yeah, I mean, it seems like he's very heavily political, heavily into of course, pro-Ukraine, okay? And he's definitely feeling some type of way. This is interesting though. Hold on. Come on, man. Download it. Let's take a look at this. All right. Very interesting. Last piece, okay? Because I know everybody's going to be deep diving and I'll have to do more of a deep dive about this guy here in a little while. Okay. So please do me a favor, hit that like button down below, please and thank you. Okay. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Okay. Subscribe. Please go to my secondary channel. Subscribe to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips, because if there's any new smaller updates revolving around Ryan Routh, this whole situation, I will be posting those things on the secondary channel. Unless it's a breaking news story, then we'll be here on the main channel going live and talking about it. But like I said, I do have a couple specials that are going to be pre-recorded that are going to be on this main channel as well. So make sure you go to both channels and subscribe to both. Okay. Support if you can. No pressure, but if you can, that'd be greatly appreciated. But of course, they're saying now, this is another post from Ryan Routh. Okay. He said, and this is towards Trump. He says, wow, you were my choice in 2016. By the way, that's big. We've heard stories of this before, right? While you were my choice in 2016, I and the world hoped that President Trump would be different and better than the candidate. Ah, I see. But we all were greatly disappointed. And it seems you are getting worse and devolving. Are you our word? He really just asked that. I will be glad when you gone. Yikes. So he definitely feels some type of way. I think we can all agree on that. Okay. He posted a video of him on X. What did he post on X, baby? Damn. Hold on. Because now I'm sure his name is trending horde out here in these screens. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on. We're going to play this. I keep thinking I'm done and you guys keep dragging me back in. Hold on. But oh my damn. There's a video of him.
And
hold on. We got to take a look at this. Whoa. Hamburger. Let's take a look at this.
And what are you doing here in Ukraine?
My initial goal was to come and fight. I think everybody around the globe should be motivated to come here and support the Ukrainians and support the army, no matter what gender, age, anything. Everybody should be here supporting the army. But I'm 56, so initially they were like, "Well, I have no military experience."
Hold on. North Carolina, Southern accent, good old boy. Let me just say this though too. Wow. No military experience. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? Man, I'm good. Oh, I want to jump back and kiss myself 17 times, baby. Told you he was a cosplayer. Told you he was a cosplayer. He's cosplaying. Trying to act like he's all, look, he's even wearing he's still wearing an American flag t-shirt-ish. You know what I mean? His hair is half blue and half white. I told you. I was like, yo, he signed up for CrossFit and did five wads, and now he thinks he's military. So he's going to buy all this fake-ish to make it look like he's military, make him look like he's some sort of badass because he's done a couple burpees and maybe finally did one muscle up in his entire life. And suddenly, now he thinks he's a doggone military dude. Damn, come on, man. Come on. I listen to Joe Rogan, so I'm a badass now. Come on, man. We all seen those dudes and girls too. All right. Done 3 workouts, 1 Murph, okay? 1 Murph, 1 stand, and 1 Molly. I don't even know the names of the workouts anymore. But you know what I mean? And suddenly they're like, oh, I'm a badass. Now I need to get a gun, and I need to get this and this and this. I'm a badass. This is exactly who we're dealing with right here. Man, I love being good. Okay. I love being right. It feels good. Let me pull that back a little bit. But clearly you can see this man is not right. Okay. And we don't know the time if this was recent or how far back this was. They say he's 58 right now. That's what they say in these streets. He is literally, they say he's 56 in this video. So this is a couple years ago. Okay. So let's continue. I told you he was a cosplayer.
No matter what gender, age, anything, everybody should be here supporting the army. But I'm 56, so initially they were like, well, I have no military experience. So they're like, you're not an ideal candidate. So they said, not right this minute. So plan B was to come here to Kyiv and promote getting more people here. We need thousands and thousands and thousands of people here fighting with the Ukrainians. We need, we've got 190 countries around the world, and we need thousands from all of them. If the governments will not send their official military, then we civilians have to pick up the torch and make this thing happen. And we've gotten some wonderful people here, but it's a small fraction of the number that should be here. If we have 5,000, to 10,000 people here fighting, that is just a minuscule amount of the 5 billion people on the globe. We need everyone here fighting. That's why I'm in Kyiv. So every project that I promote is about getting people here to support the Ukrainians. we were at a critical juncture in this war where we are sitting on the fence as far as whether good or evil is going to win. You know, right now we're looking at a situation where the world is waning and it's thinking that this is important or not. And we're at a point where, you know, all right, are we going to stand for humanity, for human rights, for everything that is good with the world? Or are we just going to ignore it? You know, if everybody is complacent and doesn't join this fight, then guess who's going to win? It might take 10 years, but we're going to lose this battle if everyone around the globe does not stop what they're doing, get off the couch, and come to Ukraine and defend the human rights of everyone around the globe.
And
interesting, right? Interesting. But like I said, and somebody said, what's a cosplayer? It's somebody who, okay, if you've ever seen people who dress up like, you know, Batman or Spider-Man or, you know, Jean Grey or, you know, any of these superheroes, right? They're dressing up and playing make-believe, right? They are acting like they're Spider-Man, or they dress up like their favorite character in these comic books, right? So I'm basically saying that this guy is a cosplayer with the military thing. Like, I'm a badass, so I'm going to show you how much of a badass I am because I got these, you know, I got all the militarized type of garb, outfits, the bulletproof vests, so on and so forth. And that's basically what I'm trying to say. He's fronting like he is something that he is not. So his profile photo is looking like, oh yeah, I'm a huge badass and I'm out here in the Ukraine fighting. You know, I'm on the front lines fighting. When he probably, I mean, sure, he might have been, but nah, he's now in America detained because he tried to take out Trump. So for me, who he says has no military experience, it makes more sense now that he would buy ceramic tiles, and put them in book bags. It would make a lot of sense now, because he has no military experience, that he didn't pull the trigger first. Think about that for a second, y'all. He did not pull the trigger at all. There was pop, 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 pop. 4 shots that were done by Secret Service, not by this man, because he chickened out. And thank God he chickened out, because he's never been in a firefight in his life. Think about that. Never in his life. But what we see up there on his social media, he making it look like he's some sort of badass, but he's not. No, he ain't. And thank God he's weak sauce. Okay? Yes, beautiful messy boy. He lacks the cojones. Cabron, you lack cojones, cabron. He don't have no balls. He ain't got no balls. Okay? And thank God he has no balls, because he didn't take the shot. Now, did he? Now he's locked up looking like Boo Boo the Fool with his pants on the ground and his shirt up, talking about, do you really want to hurt me? You know what I'm saying? So yes, looking like a damn fool. So much of him being an ultimate badass, but he's not. Woo! It feels good being right. Woo! Cosplaying like a mug. Ain't that something, y'all? He's an ultimate cosplayer. Yes, bing bong pretzels. Yes. Bing bong indeed. So now we're learning a little bit more about this guy. Okay? We're getting all up close and personal, getting to know this dude. And he's a cosplayer. He's fronting. Okay? It's all a lie. He ain't a badass. Thank God he's not. Okay? He's a dude with no experience whatsoever. He's just an idiot who is very passionate about what's going on overseas. And hey, there's nothing wrong with being passionate about what's going on overseas. Nothing wrong with it. But you need to choose your battles wisely. And of course, maneuver in a way that doesn't cause harm not only to yourself, but to the other people around you. Let's be real. Give a damn about what's going on overseas. Give a damn what's going on in these streets locally as well. But there's a way to get your point across without actually veering towards violence. We all need to be better than that. And like I said, the current climate is not the greatest representation of ourselves, not only as a country, but as a world, because we are so quick to grab a pew-pew and start blasting instead of actually dealing with our own problems, right? With our own emotional problems, with our own mental problems. That is the issue that we're seeing constantly, all right? People just grabbing a gun, shooting first, and asking questions later. That's very, very sad. And that's not how this world should be working. We need to wake up. This is again, you got a situation that a person who believes that, oh, let me just grab this and all problems will be gone when Trump is gone. That's not the truth. Because let's be real, whether you like him or not, there's going to be another person taking over his spot. If you take him out, somebody else as good or as bad as him, whether depending on what side you guys sit on, okay, will take over his spot. And then there'll be more attempts on that person's life as well. And it'll just turn into, like I said, a full-on war out here in these streets. Not like it's not already. Okay? It's already dangerous as all get out. It's enough already, in my personal opinion. It's way more than enough. But let's continue on. I got one more video for you guys. Let's take a look at this.
The suspect in what is now being investigated as a second attempted assassination of former President Trump has been identified. Authorities say his name is Ryan Wesley Roth. He allegedly poked his muzzle of his AK-47 style rifle through a chain link fence as he was hiding in the bushes of former President Trump's golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida. That's when an agent saw it and opened fire. The Trump campaign releasing the statement just after 2 o'clock this afternoon. President Trump is safe following gunshots in his vicinity. No further details at this time. Those gunshots, we now know, were fired by that Secret Service agent. Ruth now in custody.
Now, again, man is in custody. His name is Ryan Ruth. It sounds like, or Routh. It looked like Routh to me, but I could be wrong. Okay. Ryan Routh. And I gotta say this because it's really burning in my heart, and I just feel compelled to say this. Does this man have a toupee on? Because it looks like a toupee. Is that a toupee? Or no? I know that's a left turn, but it looks like a toupee. It's all good, baby. I mean, do you? You know what I'm saying? Everybody wears a rug every once in a while, but still, is that a toupee? Is that a rat's nest on his head or no? Someone answer me. I'm just asking. It looks like a toupee. But yeah, the swoop is swooping. I'll give him that. Love the glasses too. Looks good. You know what I'm saying? But moving on. Now we know. Okay? He's been detained. His name is Ryan Routh or Ruth. Okay? He's the one who tried to do all this stuff. Okay? I don't know why I'm whispering, man. I'm just saying. Just let me cook, Nicole B. Let me cook. Anyway, as I was saying, it looks like a rug, doesn't it? Okay. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just asking a question. Asking a question for a friend. I mean, because I ain't got no hair. So I mean, shoot. I can relate. Sometimes you just gotta be aerodynamic. That's all I'm saying. But moving on. Ryan Routh is the one who's been detained. He's the idiot who tried to do all this stuff. He seems like a very military enthusiast, okay? And also pro-Ukraine enthusiast as well. I guess Only time will tell what we're going to find out here. All right. With more information, I'm very interested to see what his reasonings are. Yes, he says online that he's not a fan of Trump anymore. He voted for him in 2016, but then he was very disappointed in him. Is that the only reason, or is there something else? Does it have to do with the things that are going on in Ukraine or not? I mean, it would make sense, okay, if his reasonings were because of Ukraine, because of the alleged ties that Trump has with Russia as well. So that would make some sense, right? To a certain extent. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen here, right? And what else they'll unearth. The other question I have too is, did this man do this alone, or did he operate with some other friends, with other help? Did he have help or not? That's the other question I think we need to know or find out here very soon. And hopefully they'll give us more information when it starts to pop off. Because you know for a fact, all the news cycle for the next week is going to be about who is Ryan Routh? Ryan Routh, who could be Ryan Routh? What was his motivation? It's going to be that all day long. Could he be an inside such and such for Ukraine? You know, it's going to be all those all day long. So get ready for it because it's coming. Okay. But I'm hoping that we get some new information that is factual and not just rumors, right? And we get a fuller understanding of why this guy did what he did. But he did not, from what we're understanding, he did not pull the trigger. But that shows to you, that video that we just saw shows that he doesn't have that experience. But he's, you know, in his mind, and he probably thinks he's Rambo. Okay? He probably thinks he's, you know, the ultimate badass, okay, because of flying out to Ukraine. Only time will tell what we're going to find out about this guy, but more will come out, okay? Dude is crazy. We can definitely confirm that, okay? And he's radicalized in some sort of way. Is it something deeper? Does it have anything to do with Afghanistan, you know, any connections with that? God only knows. But I'm telling you right now, more information is going to drop here soon. And when it does, I'll give you guys the updates. Okay. But that is the show, guys. I appreciate you guys for being here. Okay. Shoot, that's a good question, too. Was the weapon even real? I'm thinking it is, but you never know. I mean, the dude showed up and use ceramic tiles. And again, that could very well be from what his experience was out in Ukraine, because he was out in Ukraine from what it looked like. So he may have been like, well, that's what they use to protect themselves. So I'm just going to do the same doggone thing. Maybe that's what he did. Or maybe that's the reason why he did what he did. But it's so weird, y'all. It's weird. All right. But if he didn't pull the trigger, we don't know. We will never know if the weapon is real or not, unless 5-0 actually says, yes, it's fake. It was a fake gun. Only time will tell. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Hopefully I made you guys chuckle during this terrible time. We need a little chuckle every once in a while, especially when it's dumbasses like this. Okay? Let's keep it real. All right. I appreciate you guys spending your Sunday with me. If there's any updates throughout the rest of the evening, trust me, I will be talking with you guys about it for sure. Okay. So do me a favor before you guys head out, hit that reaction button down below. That'd be greatly appreciated. That would mean the world to me. All right. Hit that like button down below. If you're watching here on YouTube, if you're watching on other platforms, hit that reaction button. That'll be dope. Do not forget, if you're watching on those other platforms, hit that follow button. All right. I'm on all of them. Okay. So hit that follow button. All right. Don't forget to subscribe here on my main channel. Go to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Crush that subscribe button over there too. That would be dope as hell. All right. Check out my join button down below. Become a member. Hit that join button down below. Support if you can. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show. Go on and get over there and do something nice over there. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Tomorrow we got a very big show in the morning, so be sure to tune in. It has a lot to do with the Gilgo Beach monster. There's some updates that we'll be watching live as a family. First thing in the morning, around 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So be on the lookout for that. We will be watching that as a fam. All right. But don't forget, please check out my merch page, PascalMerch.com. Check that out. Crush some t-shirts and hoodies. I'm sure you'll find something you'll enjoy over there as well. All right, guys. But anyway, I appreciate all y'all for being here. It really means a lot. All right. Have a great rest of your Sunday. No one lost their lives today, which is great. I'm really happy about it. No one was injured, which I'm really happy about as well. And we should all be thankful for that too, because it could have gone completely different and it didn't. Hopefully we'll find out more information. And if we got to bring more people to justice, hopefully we'll bring those other people to justice too. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.